Welcome and good evening, everyone, to another Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus. With our, hey, there we go, I was about to say our solid black screen, but Twitch seems to like me now, so I can see us again. So welcome back. Before we get too far into things, a couple of quick shout-outs, Rowan. A big thank you to our partner Streamlabs that helps out with all of our software for streaming. Team MZ, a wonderful Twitter community and Discord community for small streamers like us. Many-sided dice and their wonderful magical item compendiums, such as Lost Artifacts of Greygast, which I wish I had my hard copy. It's just not within arm's reach at the moment, but a lot of our group has them, and they've been used to some great success and some not so great success in our campaign so far. And our most recent partner, DiceBard. You can find them at Twitter at DiceBard and dicebard.com. Don't forget, when you're placing your order through them, to use the discount code PROBO, P-R-O-B-O, to get free expedited shipping anywhere in the world. And welcome, Digitio. Glad to see you here. And we will recap for where we left off last time, with our party trying to set up some sort of an arrangement with Raz Nasai after some somewhat tense conversation with a young Yanti Nivras. Unfortunately, one of the naiver party members, Solana, made a comment to the group that, hey, what about this person who hired us to sort of, murder Raz Nasai? Not overly quietly to Devonay. When they met up at the designated area, a couple of days' travel outside of Omu, they saw two groups of Yanti with rather large snakes approaching, but the negotiations broke down.
Amelia Keller is now hosting the stream with one viewer.
Hey, thank you very much, Amelia Keller. We love the name Kella, by the way. Don't listen to Christy. So as the group has made their way to the meeting point, negotiations broke down immediately as a half-man, half-serpent took a shot at the party. The resulting battle did not seem to be going the party's way, as many people were severely injured, some knocked unconscious. But thanks to a rather oversized ape turning many of them into jelly or marmalade or some other just smushed paste, the party managed to survive the battle and actually tied up one of the Yanti, but then proceeded to all sort of walk away to go have a conversation, leaving their newly found captive just tied to a tree.
Yes.
After having the conversation and make their way back, they found the ropes still tied to the tree, but no prisoner. And as Avalta, Devonay's familiar, had been circling overhead, had not seen anything. And that is where we pick up today. It is still probably at this time getting to be around lunchtime, middle of the day. You guys had met fairly early in the morning before that battle broke out.
Let's loot the bodies.
I'll get the strainer. Most of them are pulp currently.
Let's loot the rest of the bodies.
So as you guys start looking around, and actually let me grab my paperwork here so I can see exactly what we were dealing with. Okay, so who's ever looting, go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Who's ever going through the looting here?
Well, I can't. My character sheet isn't loading.
Oh, wunderbar.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so Solana, as you start going through, you and Devaney sort of going through. Devaney, you're not noticing a whole lot in terms of. As every which way you turn, you're running up on a pile of mush. You are managing to find a whole bunch of scimitars and short bows. You have a grand total of 8 scimitars, 8 short bows, and 48 arrows.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take arrows with
And
whoever needs
then
arrows.
on top of that, so that's those.
Who else needs
Let me just
arrows?
check what these guys
Anyone?
would be.
I need
carrying.
arrows.
You want to split them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
24.
Yep.
Yeah. So then you have, actually you find 3 more scimitars.
So many
3.
scimitars.
Yeah. 3 more longbows
Ooh, longbows.
and 20 more arrows.
Okay, 10 for each.
So a total of 68 arrows.
Wow.
So if you're splitting those between the two of you, that's 34 each to make the math easy.
Yep. Got a
And
lot
then-
of arrows.
Solana,
Yes.
on there, as you're going through and you're looking through one of the bodies that has a little bit more substance left to it, again, you're seeing that same blue triangle you've seen before.
Mm.
Blue triangle.
Yeah, that means that they belong to Ralston. He has got some
Like
zombies.
Teletubbies is that?
Like on their
That-
skin is a
that
blue
too.
triangle.
Yeah, on their forehead. That we also saw some zombies with that too, and I think that they're controlled by Ralston's too.
Okay.
And on the one you're looking at, this is one of the Malisons, the half humanoid, half snake ones. As you're looking through this individual one, you find what looks to be about a 3-foot long. It looks to be a furry tail.
What?
It's literally. It looks like it has something's tail on it.
Would,
Like it's carried with it like a trophy.
oh. Would Solana know?
Sorry, I
what-
realized I worded that wrong. It sounded like it just sort of grown a furry
Yeah.
tail out of its side.
Yeah, out of the snake body. I'm like, Would I know what kind of tail? As a
Go
druid?
ahead and make a nature or a. I'd say nature check. Why not?
Nature. Oh, no, I don't.
The best you can tell from looking at it is it appears to be some sort of feline.
Feline tail. I don't really want this. Does anyone want this?
No.
Do I recognize it as she holds it up?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
No.
Nope.
It's gonna be a good night, folks.
Yes. I'm just gonna like. Is it magical? Quinn, is this magical?
Give it to me. I detect magic upon it.
Nope.
Okay, let's throw it in the
But
bushes. Wait,
Quinn, go ahead and make an intelligence check on this as you're holding this thing.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep, just straight intelligence.
come on, you're so smart. Yeah.
As you're looking at this, based on the size of it and what you've seen in the jungle, this puts you in mind of some of the guides you ran into at the inn back in Port Nyanza. You think this might be the tail of a tabaxi.
Oh.
Let's
Oh,
not
cat
be
people
seen
tail.
with this.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Let's not be seen with this, because they might think that we killed the tabaxi. So, I'm gonna throw it into the jungle.
Okay. Go for it.
And Quinn, are you sharing that with the party?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I just dropped it and I'm like, oh.
And immediately you all have a flashback.
Oh no.
to a stitched together corpse
Oh.
Oh,
a
gosh.
ways off in the jungle.
Why were they doing that? Why
Do
would
I
they
have
use-
that flashback, or did everyone just go glassy-eyed in front of me for a second?
You were like out, I think, that day. Like that's the day that you were.
I think that's the day Gizzard was trying to eat a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I wave my
is
hand in
something-
front of everyone's face as they stare off into the distance for a few
But it is
moments.
something they did tell you about.
All right.
Looking to get insight from you.
We were yeah, that was the zombie cat thing. Why would they do that? Does anyone know why they would do that? Do we know why they would do?
Boredom.
No? Okay.
Who did that? Do you know?
The snake people made a stitched together zombie thing with the head like in the foot and the foot in the arm and the arm in like the tail, and they took the tail.
Except there was no tail, apparently. We
Yeah,
didn't check for tail, I guess.
Is that something that I would know anything about?
Like
I'll say probably not.
Okay.
It's not something that's really brooded about. They ended up getting well off the beaten path, unfortunately, and ended up stumbling on something they weren't not meant to meddle with.
flashback to stitched together Tixabi creature. Okay. Noted. Creepy.
The remainder of the day is yours.
Along with that finger that cut me. Remember that? That was creepy too. I don't like that. Okay. I'm just saying all the things I don't like now. Sharks,
Throat leeches.
throat leeches,
Sharks.
All the things that we don't like.
Bad
dying, people dying on me, or next to me, or
Uh,
with me.
Accidental dreadlocks and unaccounted for shadows. Things I'm afraid of.
Accidental dreadlocks?
Accidental dreadlocks.
Yeah. Okay, that's the thing now. So
So
I'm
the day is the parties.
gonna not. Does anyone want to move away from here? This whole place of death and.
Yeah, I would like to see a new part of the jungle, preferably more south.
I am extremely injured.
Are you still?
I don't.
Oh,
My character sheet may or may not say 81 hit points, but I don't remember long resting, and I definitely died last game.
yeah. I only have
Yeah,
like
So
guys
it
are
can't
not long
it can't be great.
I only have like half my hit points too, actually. So maybe we should
I am
My
full.
notes.
I actually didn't get hit once at all that whole battle.
Well, you were kiting. You were really excellent on that. So
I was just fighting the whole time.
we should probably walk like 2 hours south of here and then take a long rest, so we're not near all this death.
Well, why don't we walk back to camp first and see
Alright.
how...
Oh yeah, that was we had
Doing.
original camp, and this was our
Yeah,
fake camp.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go
And
to-
Tuala and I really need to, lie down for a bit.
Okay, me too.
I would also like to point out that we had 2 days advance to prepare for this meeting,
That didn't go well.
and all we did was put the Shield Guardian further away from us than it needed to be.
Well, that was our retreat point, which nobody retreated to.
Yeah,
Except maybe me, but I didn't think that I was going there to retreat. At the time, anyway.
I'm not a good strategic
We are
player.
bad at traps.
Yes.
We are bad at
Melik was
coordinated.
good at traps, but
Oh, Melik was good at traps. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm sad.
You know.
alright, let's get walking.
It doesn't take you long at all to get back to the location where Stephanie was. It doesn't seem like Stephanie's any the worse for wear.
Cover
As
stuff.
best as you can tell, they all came in from south of you. So it's get back to camp. Everything's still sort of in the same. Well, got like half set up. You've got your tents up. Your the cooking fire used for breakfast this morning is burnt out at this point.
Okay.
If we rest during the day, perhaps we should utilize part of the night to move under the cover of darkness and attempt to throw off any Yuan-Ti pursuers that might be observing our motions currently.
By heading straight towards our city. Genius.
Sometimes it's wise to hide right under their nose.
It seems unwise, given the current turn of events, to charge headlong at the front gates of the city. We should perhaps
Are there other
attempt to
gates?
find an alternate route.
Okay. Does anyone have a map of the city? Were we ever shown a map of the city?
Not yet.
Nobody has a map of the city. That's why it's lost.
Oh. Too bad we
We
don't
have
have
to
an
map it
airship. We should get the airship and then drop down in the middle of the city all like Mission Impossible style and like... No.
Then who's
Solana-
going to run the airship after that?
Solana, what's Mission Impossible?
It's an elven thing.
I'm Elvish.
It's a wood elf thing.
That makes
Oh.
more sense.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Solana, from what we heard, the airship's probably not serviceable.
Yeah.
Like, it crashed.
Gently. Maybe.
Gently. A
Well,
gentle wreckage.
but it probably wouldn't help.
Can anyone else see attach your quality on the map? Or is that just me?
Nope, everyone can see that marked on your map.
Ooh, what's that? Maybe we should
Basically,
go there.
if it's a mechanically speaking for you, Ms. Producer, if it's light gray, only you can see it
Oh, okay.
as DM/producer. If
Oh.
it's a dark gray, everyone can.
Okay. So,
What are we
do
looking
know
at?
what attach you...
He's looking over here.
Haha! Over there.
Well, we were told to stay away from the Valley of Lost Honor, as somebody, I don't remember exactly, somebody lives there that was extremely protective of their territory. Probably even more so than Rosnisai.
Do we still have walk-a-nuts?
Uh,
I don't remember that either.
Are you referring to who's housed in the Valley of Lost Horror, who you were warned of?
Yeah. Did you just say
Yeah.
horror?
Well, from my screen it looks like Honor, but
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it's
Honor.
horror.
Yeah, it is. It is honor.
I think you had a slip of the tongue and it's horrible there.
Well, the name you were given was Zindalore.
Never heard me.
This is Schultz. It is horrible
Yeah.
everywhere.
I did write it down, but I'm not currently
This is
looking
true,
for it.
Cruella.
The other name, this creature has two names. The other name you were given was Tinder.
Oh, Tinder, the dating app for wood elves. Only. Apparently.
If this Tinder is a dating app for wood elves,
oh,
it must be dating charcoal.
totally.
We're not that smart sometimes.
So, what's the party doing? You've gotten back to your camp. Everything looks okay. Stefan, he is in decent condition.
I think we should move out, at least from this location, and then just relocate for now and try and hide again, and then make our way to Omu and figure out our next move.
Well, so direction south
Mm-hmm.
South.
towards the city then, because well, we got to get there, and we know we're gonna run into people that don't like us, no matter which
Ooh.
direction we move at this point. I
We're
think.
lovely. If we go back here, and just forget the whole thing. They love us there. I grew them an entire acre of like mile of.
Yeah, but they're
farmable
also
area.
expecting us to, do the quest that we left to do, and we haven't done it yet.
Well, we totally killed their boogeyman, so that's a big thing.
Yeah, but I'd rather just, this is the place we've been heading, since we got here, and we ought to just, get it over with.
Okay. We could totally take a cruise down to Snapping Turtle Bay. I hear it's lovely this time of year.
So let's just keep walking.
Okay.
Snapping Turtle Bay.
Okay, so who is navigating?
I'm navigating with bookmark.
I will help with Solana
Okay.
navigating.
I know where we're going.
But is that where you're leading them?
Yes, we're going south, though.
Okay.
South.
And how long are you guys planning on traveling? You doing the whole day's travel, or are you just going a little while?
That's up to my party.
I still want a nap. A
It's
really
lunch
long
now.
nap.
You guys can nap on the boat.
Maybe I do actually have 81 hit points, because all of my hit dice are gone.
Maybe that was
And I know I got healed.
I did heal you.
Okay, Devaney rolled 3 hit dice.
I rolled like
No, I rolled
6 hit dice. Tuala
6,
rolled
yeah.
5. Yeah. You actually may be at full health.
And I cure wounds you a couple times, I think, so.
Let's be clear. I have 81 hit points. I'm not at full health.
Fair enough. Well,
Ooh.
He's like,
Show
don't get
off.
a
Tuala can take a beat down.
Yeah, apparently.
meat shield.
I'm gonna remember that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm,
Yeah, Devaney's feeling okay, but she would still like a good nap.
Okay, I guess
okay, so what you doing?
I'm
I think we
navigating
should
south.
travel until nightfall.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Let's just go south.
Okay, so Solana and Quinn are navigating. Devaney and Tuala, what would you two be doing on the journey down the next stretch of this little river?
keeping an eye out for Yuan-Ti ambushers.
Yeah, I want to have our new familiar, like, scout in the air, looking out for Yuan-Ti with Evalta, as I assume that Evalta is also doing that.
Yeah, the gang.
Okay.
That's not
Say
a
what
good.
now?
That's not a good perception roll. I'm just mentioning.
Oh, sure.
I noticed
He's
that
had-
the boat is made of wood.
He's had a rough day.
Yeah, everyone's had a bit of a rough day. So go ahead and make perception checks for the flying monkey and for Evalta.
Yeah, Devaney will be keeping an eye out as well, but Evalta's going to stay within 100 meters of Devaney, because Devaney is going to be having a conversation with Evalta about stuff.
Okay.
Do we have flying monkey stats?
Solana does.
Solana does, okay.
Okay.
Bowie,
Dang.
do your job.
So as you guys are traveling down the down the river, a couple of hours goes by. Not a whole lot seems to be going on. When Devaney, you start getting flashes from Evalta, and it's strange. You start seeing a. Best way to describe it is a lobster person.
I mean,
Partially
flashes would be
submerged.
appropriate.
From a partially submerged upper torso.
Like the people that eat and eat.
Well, the people you initially thought ate Anit, you found Anit's remains in with the Eblets.
Oh, right.
Crane.
But she was taken by the lobster people, I believe.
That's what your guide advised you based on the footprints they could see.
Right. Moosh. Oh my god, that's such a flashback. Poor Moosh. Alright,
So, for my best guess, I'm seeing lobster people.
Yeah, that's what Avalta is showing you from about a little over 100 feet in front of you, partially submerged.
rock lobster? It's a
Do
traditional...
they, from what I can
song.
see, do they look like they're just having a fun time, or are they noticing us yet? Or
They seem to be watching.
okay,
You
watching
don't really
Avalta
see.
or watching themselves, or what are they watching?
Yes.
Okay.
so I'm going to sort of, from my conversation with the Volta, and look up and say, guys, Avalta's telling me that there's some, from what I can tell, lobster people ahead of us, and they don't seem aggressive. They just seem like they're watching. So I think probably we can get by them if we do not disturb them. And just be cool.
Just be cool, man. Be cool.
Solana, do you want to cast Pass Without Trace?
Yes, I already did.
Okay.
One step ahead of you.
I think you're so
Okay.
good.
Always. Yes. Top of my game.
So go ahead, and everyone who is trying to stealthily row the boat down the middle of the river, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Does the boat get a +10 to its stealth check?
Yes, it does.
We need a stat block for Stephanie.
We do.
Really, computer. Okay. Make me do this the old-fashioned way. Wait a second, I have to find my
So, wait a
lobster
minute.
person stat block.
They, like, you said they were watching. Like, they've already seen us, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that they were watching
So
Avalta.
that's what I thought, and I got confused as to why we started making stealth roll.
Oh, never mind.
But we
So-
can become hidden after we've been spotted.
I'm just gonna like. I'm not gonna. He's not gonna stealth.
you
I'm
had-
not stealthing. He's
If
just.
you have something to hide behind, you're
He's
in
just
the middle
gonna.
of a river
boat.
on a boat.
Yeah, he's gonna stay real casual in the boat, and he's
Well,
not quite gonna do this at the lobster people as they go past. But he's gonna like really match their gaze and watch them and be
Is it-
prepared in case they make a move as we try to like go past them.
Solana, do you have anything that can make
This-
fog?
Yes.
And this is what you're seeing in your mind, Devin.
Ooh, gross.
Okay.
That is really gross. I didn't know they look like that.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
They
horrific.
look like
This Cronenberg
Solana.
horror.
Look at the
No.
little eyeballs.
Don't be rude.
No, sir.
Oh. Can you understand
No,
that?
thank you. Do not want.
Oh, dear.
so. As you guys are slowly and riding your way down the not the spell to
No.
use, Solana.
Not that one.
Not that
Solana,
one?
we need to be cool.
Ooh.
You
Solana's,
said...
Solana's breakfast is not a great.
Oh, fog
Oh.
cloud.
Guys,
That's what you meant. Like a fog cloud?
Yeah.
Okay.
As all of a sudden you just see Solana lean over and
Oh no.
the whole boat reverberates a little.
Nope. Okay, fog cloud, not stinking cloud. Fog cloud.
Solana, just
Maybe we just
sit
see
in
if
the
they try to
canoe.
kill us before we start throwing magic at them.
Just be cool.
Be cool.
Oh my god.
So this one time, I was like down the river, and all these wood elf police came, and I was like, hi, and I was like, Solana, be cool, Solana, be cool, and it never works. So, no.
So, as Twala, as you're, just sitting enjoying the ride, and you watch as everyone else starts to just literally slam themselves to the bottom of the canoe, trying to get as out of sight as possible, and you just keep, rowing right along, watching. As you start to get closer to this, you can see There's actually 3 or 4 of them, all
Ooh.
mostly submerged at different spots in the river.
What
And
are
they're
they-
just eyes glued on the canoe and you, one looking up and seeing a Volta, and then back down at the group of you passing through.
What are they called again?
Aldani.
Ah, the Aldani Basin, duh.
We're far from there too.
So I'd like to. How close are we getting to them? Are we like passing them at this point?
You're passing one of them that's probably on, we'll say, like the front right-hand third of the boat, but it's over by the shore. So you're probably within about 10 or 12 feet of ones on either side of you.
Alright. So he'll just sort of, as he passes, kind of, give one or two of them a glance, like back and forth, and just sort of like dip his head in sort of a generic greeting, but like non-commental, sort of like just passing through type of gesture, and mutter to the others as they like lay flat in the boat. Did you think they would believe that the boat was piloting itself down the river?
Yes.
Anything's possible.
Okay. He keeps rowing.
As you keep going through, the one that you nod as it gets a little closer and it's almost right beside you, you can see just that little portion of the face out and the 2 little eye stalks poking up. It gives you that same just sort of non-committal, non-commenting nod, and then drops under the water. And as you notice around you, the other 3 or 4 drop, and you can see almost what looks to be a small ripple or wave heading back upstream away from the direction you guys are coming from. From the locations, as these group of creatures are just barely under the surface, but are making their way away from you.
I neglect to relay this to the party and continue to row, allowing them to hide ridiculously as long as they choose to do so.
How cruel.
So Devin pokes her head up pretty much immediately as she can, talk to Volta about it, but also neglect to tell everybody else. And,
Y'all are
over
cool.
to Tuala. You're right, that was a little bit ridiculous.
Quinn's still down there. Quinn's still like waiting for it to happen.
Oh, and Gwen and Solana are up front. They've got no idea that the other 2 are back, are just in back, rowing along.
It's okay. We're the only ones. We're only the ones navigating. You don't need us to like look out or anything.
No,
For stuff.
you got it.
Yeah, you keep
Got
rowing. You see if you know where you're going. Go for it.
As the day continues on, though, you guys don't get any other visitors or anything else out of the ordinary. It just seems to be a relaxing afternoon on the river, so to speak.
Okay.
That's nice.
Sun starts to crest over. Ambient light starts to get dark. It's getting to be around the time you typically be pulling off side, set up camp, have dinner for the evening. What's the group's plan?
We're gonna pull aside for the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you were heading due south for your navigation, right, Solana?
Yes. Unless someone else tells me to not go due south. I'm gonna head towards the X.
Yep.
Which is pretty much due south, so.
Okay, so you guys are continuing along your way. Get everything pulled over to the side. Based on the estimates you were given when you initially spoke with Nivras, better part of, I think it was 4 or 5 days ago now. You're still about a day's journey outside of Omu. But we will see what that brings tomorrow. Is you guys anything you'd be doing in this evening besides your watches, or?
Nope. Reading about Digitio, Love and Life.
Solana, can I make a request?
Yes. I don't know.
Can,
I don't know why I said yes.
Knock knock. I would like for plants around here to be big and obscuring, kind of
Okay.
hiding our positionality a little more. Is that possible?
Let's see. I don't have to concentrate on plant growth, but let's see how long it takes. Oops. Oh, I do have to. No, I don't. Let's see, plant growth. I can make it overgrown in the area. Is that what you mean?
I mean, like, make, like, the broadleafs broader and, like, taller, like, in that way, you know?
I can do that.
Okay. Just
So-
for the purpose of obscuring our camp more.
That won't look unnatural, like, if it's, like, this level and all of a sudden all these, like, plants, like, up here.
We could taper it out.
Okay, I'll try to taper it out.
Okay.
Like a good haircut.
Yeah, you gotta blend it. You know, you gotta blend the magic nature with
Solana's
the
never had a
regular
haircut
nature.
by, like, any professional, so she, like, hacked her own hair. So, okay. I will try to...
Send the trees.
Okay.
I will
So
try
you-
to plant growth
Thank
this.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check, Solana.
Ooh, that's a... I'm good at wisdom sometimes. Yay!
Oh, okay. So you do manage to pretty much succeed in what you're trying to do. With a slight caveat to it is it does also affect the areas you're walking through. So while the trees and everything else is sort of obscuring your presence a little more, the ground, your campsite is now considered difficult terrain.
Doesn't bother me none.
Me
And
neither.
Or you. We can walk around like this is not difficult terrain.
and it's literally, it does not have a time limit.
No.
So it just happens. So moving around your camp is, Lord forbid something happens, it's 1 foot per 4 feet you spend. So if you can move 20 feet, now you can move 5. So as you guys take care and get camp set up, you guys have your meal. Who's taking watches? What order for tonight? Or are you even taking watches? Oh, Solana says she wants number 1.
Quan will take third.
Okay.
I know which one Guardian wants, so that gives me 2.
Okay, so go ahead and give me some perception checks.
One day I
Ooh,
shall surprise everybody and take not 4.
I don't know what's going on. I'm too busy with the plants.
Okay, and then and apparently so is Devon A.
Devonay likes the
She's
sunrises.
busy about something, but
She likes the sunrises.
These are rolls.
okay. So, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the evening goes through, anything anyone would be doing on their watches or no?
No.
Devine would wake up during second watch and head out of her, I guess, Malik's old tent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Quinn's just gonna be like meditating and resting for just as much as he needs to, because he's pretty on guard still.
Okay. So, Solana, your watch seems to go through without any without anything noticeable here. Tuala, as Solana wakes you up and you take your watch. Yeah, and most of the say as you're walking around taking care of your watchings, I just gotta check one thing here. Okay. As you're taking your watch, though, you notice that in Solana's tent, there seems to be movement in the actual tent.
Mhm.
It's a little strange to you as you know Solana just woke you up and was heading in to take her evening's rest.
I will. How long after my watch started? Long enough that Solana should be resting.
I'm probably about half an hour, maybe an hour into your watch. So you'd be pretty sure. You'd be pretty sure at that point that Solana's probably out.
I am concerned by this, and I shall use this guy to cast a Pass Without a Trace on myself as I focus my connection with the earth to camouflage myself and move closer to the plant elf's tent and
Whoa, that's cool.
investigate.
Okay. So go ahead and make a stealth check. Okay.
15.
Out of the 15. Let's see here.
How many crit fails have you rolled just in your
A lot,
numbers?
like at least 3 tonight.
Yeah.
It's fine. When we get into combat, I better crit and rip somebody's head off in the first round of combat, or I'm going to be very upset.
Totally.
As you go over to Solana's tent and start, sort of peel back the opening and look in, you only see Solana in the room. We're going to jump for a quick second over to Solana. As Solana, you find yourself sitting in an inn. Looking around you at the table, you can see Devonay, head hanging sort of low, looking sad. Quen and Tuala. Looking around the other areas in the room, anything beyond 2 or 3 feet outside of this table around you, everything's just blurry and sort of almost looks like a mirage outside that you just can't see through. As you're looking through after a couple of minutes, somebody walks over and puts a large silver platter covered in front of the table in front of all of you. As you see this dark purple taloned hand reach in and grab the top of the lid and lift it. You see Gizzard's upper torso.
No.
Mouth open.
Nope.
With Melik's head.
All of the
shoved
nope.
in his mouth.
100% nope. Not that I'm here, but nope.
I'm triggered.
And as you start looking at your party, they're not reacting. They're just looking glassy-eyed. And then you hear a slight... And we pull back over to Tuala, who, as you have entered in and you can only see Solana in her tent, you can see her starting to toss and turn, violently, arms starting to swing. Something definitely is looking a little off.
I will attempt to stir Plant Elf from her sleep, from her elf thing,
Okay.
whatever it is they do.
How are you attempting to...
Throw water on
Initially,
her.
just simply to reach forward and attempt to lightly shake her awake while saying her name.
Okay. Solana, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage as you are currently
Ooh.
the anti-Tuala.
Yeah.
That is enough. That as you are tossing and hearing this, all you feel something on your shoulder, but as you turn and look, there's nothing in the inn with you, and you can hear it sounds like miles away. Tuala's voice, and as the room starts to go dark around you, and your eyes open, you can see Tuala standing in front of you.
What are you doing here? I had
Are you?
the worst dream.
I give Plant Elf a critical look to see if anything is amiss with her physical form.
Doesn't look to be. And a couple of little beads of sweat dripping down, Seems like she may have been in a little bit of a panic, but beyond that.
You were my dream, and you were at a table with me, and you didn't react when Gizzard came out on a tray with Malik, and it was awful.
I do not understand this, but
I hug him.
I definitely do not understand this, but I give Plant Elf one awkward pat on the
Thank you.
sort of head shoulder area as my hand.
Why are you in my tent?
What?
Why are you in my tent?
Oh. You were thrashing and seemed distressed. I became concerned that
Oh,
you
good.
were in need of assistance.
Thank you. That was like the worst dream I've ever had. Oh my god.
If you are well, then I shall continue my watch, and you should attempt to rest again.
Can I stay up for the rest of the watch with you? And then I'll go to sleep afterwards. I can't go to sleep right now.
If it suits you.
Okay. I'll just be on the other log. You can do whatever you want. I just don't want to be alone right now.
Very well.
Okay, so as the rest of the second seems to pass mostly without any further incident.
Okay, I'll go back to my tent now.
It's again a couple of concerned looks over at Salon every once in a while, but
Devaney walks out of her tent looking for Tuala during the second watch and sees Solana sitting on the bench and, never mind, and goes back into her tent.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
This is a weird night.
Petting Bowie.
so as Tuala wakes up Quen for third watch. Quen having no idea that any of this has gone on. Third watch, actually, Quen, you are on point, and there is nothing going on in this area that you don't catch. Nothing really poking around in your area. It seems to be that the overgrowth is keeping most of the normal little annoyances, frogs and things like that, away as well.
Oh, Mirage?
But your watch seems to go through without any real issue. You wake up Devaney for the final watch of the evening. Devaney, anything... seems like that random roll I put in there sort of messed with a plan you had, but...
Sorry, Devaney.
It doesn't bother me much, but it might bother Devaney a little bit.
Sorry.
So, as the final watch proceeds to come to an end, start to end as you're watching over, as has happened so many times in the past to you guys, the gray clouds start to roll in, and you can see just the wall of rain starting to move. As it gets closer, the thunder and the lightning are starting to pick up. And as you would expect the sun to be creeping over the sky, you are just hit with a downpour of rain and wind.
Should we go to Omu in this weather?
Today is the day. We can approach Omu by using this very rain as cover.
Indeed.
You know, you two were
our
my
travel
It
dream.
was
be-
difficult to track.
Yeah, our travel will be slowed, so we won't.
Mhm.
If we have a normal day's travel, we won't make it there today.
You all were my dream last night, and so was Malik. Part of
I thought
him.
we were a day away. This is our last day, isn't it?
Right, but this
anyone
rain
want to talk about
slows
my
down.
psychoses,
We can't move as fast in this weather.
Hmm.
my neuroticisms? No one wants to talk about those. My feelings deep down inside.
Solana, I did notice you were up last night. That's unusual.
I know.
You were up?
I had
What's
a bad,
wrong?
I had a bad dream, and Twala woke me out of it because I was thrashing about apparently, and it was awful. It was the worst dream I've ever had.
Oh. Poor thing. Did you eat something funny?
Maybe, I don't know. Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know those dancing monkey fruits really mess me up.
Okay. No, I don't think I ate any of those. I don't know. I'm just so stressed out though. I'm glad you guys are okay though.
Mm.
There was an arm and it lifted this plate and there was gizzard on it with Melik and it was just feels good to get it out and now I don't have to think about it again. Except I will, always in my head. Can try to let it go there though.
Perhaps think of what your dream could be telling you, Land Elf. Often, the visions that our minds display for us at night are our way of trying to tell ourselves things.
Oh god, that means Melik's dead and in Gizzard's mouth.
That
This is
seems
just a
rather
theory.
literal and
And-
unlikely.
Yeah, Gizzard's died. Gizzard died before Melik even left.
Mhm.
Well, okay. I'll
Think on it, Plant Elf. Use it
Okay.
to strengthen yourself.
Mm-hmm. I agree with Tuala. You gotta find that power and take it for yourself.
Okay. I'll try.
Mhm.
So hard.
Quinn beams at you with a fiery enthusiasm.
Okay, I'll take that as a kind of inspiration, so.
The
Are,
DM is muted.
are we sneaking?
What else? Oh, that was a poignant, important speech for everyone. Too bad, missed the missed the plot train. Is the party's plan to head towards Chalt then? I mean, to head towards Omo?
Yes?
Yes.
Is this
Slowly,
weather?
right?
Cautiously.
Cautiously,
won't-
slowly.
Should I make
It will
fog?
be a lot harder to see people in this weather.
This is true.
Also a lot harder for them to see us.
This is also
Well,
true.
if they're already in place and just waiting for somebody to pass through. But
We know they are coming.
They know
They know we are
you're
coming. We know they are there.
They're
The
expecting
weather
us.
is as detrimental to them as it is to us.
Right.
I
We
hope
should
so.
we should more plan for not if we encounter the Yuan Ti, but when.
I'm just worried about ambushes
Me too.
Mhm.
that we can't see because of the weather. Or,
Don't
Isn't that what
worry.
a Volta's for?
well,
Really?
Volta didn't work last time, so
What was he doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I have to ask him.
Why don't you
Don't
ask him right
worry.
now?
I have a little ace up my sleeve.
What is it?
You'll know it when it comes.
Okay.
Okay, so I need a survival check then.
Oh. Yeah, that'll be 19! Haha! Yeah, bookmark. Thank goodness you have that thing.
Okay.
We would have been zigging zagging.
Yeah.
This is it's just her, not everybody.
Yeah, this is your navigator. And are you trying to push to make it to Omu today?
Probably not.
We're heading in a slow pace today.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So with all that, so as you guys start to get yourselves ready for travel for the day.
I would like to, as we are traveling, search for signs of habitation as we know that we are close to the city. I am anticipating finding signs, evidence of the population of said city, so that we might attempt to navigate away from major thoroughfares and make an approach for information gathering unseen.
Okay. So go ahead and say, make that, we'll say, well, given the weather, we'll say make it a perception check. Okay. And then anything anyone else should be doing during the day's travel?
Just pondering my dream.
Okay. Devanay, Quinn, anything?
Devanay will be sitting. I mean, usually she's pretty silent, but this time she seems even more withdrawn, and Avolta is sitting on her shoulder, probably complaining about the rain, actually, but they
You
seem
can
to be
put him
having
under the
a
umbrella.
conversation.
We have an umbrella.
I do.
No, you've got an entire canoe. This is
Oh.
full on typhoon. You guys are walking.
Oh, okay.
This is your full on storms. You guys canoe can't be used in these.
Okay.
You'll end up all in the water.
Oh, you didn't say how severe the storm was.
Oh,
It
my
just
apologies.
keep
Yeah,
us
this is
dry
the
at
full-
least.
Yeah, you've got Stephanie up overhead. You guys are
Okay.
as dry as can be, as the wind is still kicking up and rain is coming through sideways at points. But at the same point, you can all take a little bit of solace in knowing full well that your rain catchers will be completely full by the time you make camp this evening. So no need to worry about boiling water at any point in the
Oh,
future.
good.
And yeah, you've been actually lucky. You got water at the village last time. Yeah, and it's been less than a week since you left the village. So you weren't at a point you had to fill it as it had to get to that point yet. So as you guys are making your way through the day, for the most part, you don't see a whole lot going on in the jungle. It seems like most beasts are more interested in staying out of weather like this. As you continue on your way southwards towards Omu, you manage to travel an okay amount. You know that it's going to take you at least one more day to continue to finish your journey, just given the difficulty in traveling like this. But as the day starts to turn into evening, I need all of you to go ahead and make a Constitution save for me.
Oh.
Okay, Tuala's fine, Devanay's fine. Well, for check purposes. Oh, Solana's fine.
Okay.
So everybody is okay for the check. So as you start setting up camp for the evening, you all take one level of exhaustion. You manage to avoid the check to take 2.
Oh.
So for all You guys will have disadvantage on any checks you make for this, any ability checks for this evening. But assuming you finish your long rest, you'll be fine in the morning for the continuation of your journey.
Gotcha.
And then who will be taking watches for tonight? Or I should say, what order are you taking watches in? Because there's only 4 of you, so.
One's taking third.
Okay. So same order. So go ahead, everyone. Give me a perception check. Then this time all with disadvantage.
Bummer.
Not bad.
12.
Okay.
No, 12.
No, I didn't. I rolled a
No.
7.
With disadvantage, I realize that now.
The one time I rolled above 10 tonight.
And your constitution save.
Oh, that's true. I did.
Good job.
The one thing I'm good at.
Do I have to sleep again,
Okay.
guys?
But
Solana, remember the time that Malika played his fiddle?
Yeah, but the dream. Okay.
And then you couldn't move and you
Oh,
felt
yeah.
really tired for like days.
That was really bad. Yeah. Okay.
If
I'll
you don't sleep, that's gonna happen again. And, yeah.
Okay. I'll sleep after my watch.
okay. So anything in specific anyone would be doing during their watch?
I want to make a little umbrella for Bowie so he can hold it like a parasol.
No.
Okay. So you're going to need sticks, leaves, and then some time to craft it.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to get everything done during your 2-hour watch.
That's fine.
Which do you want to focus on first, stick or leaves?
I'll have him get some sticks and leaves. I'll have him get it. He's pretty
Okay.
nimble.
So go ahead and make a survival check.
10.
Okay. So he disappears for about a half an hour or so. Comes back with a wide variety of different sticks before you to look through and see which one you think will make the best starting point for your parasol.
Okay.
Okay, and as you're going through your watch, and he brings that back over to you. The rest of your watch seems to go through without any real issue.
Okay.
You wake up to, well, I should say, is there anything anyone else would be doing during the watch? Tuala, Devaney, Quen?
No.
Devaney's gonna try to get a conversation with Tuala during his watch this time. Again.
So, Solana, as you wake up Tuala for his watch, and Tuala, you come out, and then shortly thereafter, Guardian makes an appearance, apparently.
So Devaney is going to, I don't know if Tuala's walking around in circles or just sitting somewhere. But she would go up and either sit beside or start walking beside him.
We have a fire going of some sort, protected as well as can be from the rain. The DM is
Probably.
If you want to,
but he nodded, so I'm assuming he said yes.
Yeah, if you want to. It's all based on it's your camp.
Yes, I suppose for now, I am hunched beside the fire, peering out around the perimeter of the camp.
So, yeah, Devaney will just go and sit beside you. Not like uncomfortably close, because it'd be really awkward. But just, sit and just sit there for a couple minutes, like she's getting up the gumption to say something, and then finally, Tuala, I don't know if you know, but I heard the conversation back after we killed all those snake people, even though I wasn't really there. But I overheard most of it.
You have a question or comment?
Thank you, Survivor, for joining the adventure.
I have something more important than that. I need... Can you keep a secret?
You may perhaps not have noticed, but I am not especially talkative in the sharing department. You have my word. I will maintain secrecy.
Alright, well... I know you didn't know him for very long, but do you remember Dragonbait?
Indeed, he was an honorable warrior.
Well, he was traveling with a companion who died previously, and, well, I don't know if you noticed the giants wandering around Schultz. But they were after something that Dragonbait's companion had. And, well, through circumstance, I now have it.
I see. And what is this item?
The thing is, nobody, not a single soul, knows that I have this except you now. And Devaney will reach into her pocket and hold out on her palm the Ring of Winter.
And you can feel the ice burning into your palm, Devaney.
Whoa.
It just looks... You can see it's just coated in frost, and you can feel it biting into your hand a little bit as you show it to Twala.
This is visible. I can see the... Okay.
Yep, you can see the frost on it as well. If you were to put your hand right over Devaney where it's resting in a palm, it feels like literally picking up just a block of ice and just leaving it sitting on your palm and it remaining at that temperature and not melting.
Does Twala know what ice is?
Ha!
Description was more of her player than...
Interesting question.
Devaney will switch hands and,
In any event.
and reach out towards Twala with the hand that used to hold the ring and just sort of like touch him on his lower arm and show him how cold her hand is.
This is an item of unnatural quality, I take it.
From what I know of it, I know it can grant you, well, ice and cold related powers, but I also know that, well, lack of a better term, really bad people want their hands on this, and that's why I haven't told anybody, not even Solana or Quen, that I have this. And I don't want to use it, but I think the time is coming that I might have to put it on. And I need you to do something for me.
I am afraid I do not follow. You will have to elaborate.
Well, the man who lost this ring that used to wear it, his companion picked it up, and the companion, Dragonbait, didn't wear it, and I think the ring might try to overtake somebody's mind just from what the man said and what his companions smelled like. And I'm afraid that if I use it, it might try to take me over, and I want you to, well, kill me if I start to go wrong. If it comes to that.
Why do you think that you must wield this ring? What has driven you to the conclusion that the use of this item is necessary, and what does it do? What benefit does it possess?
Well, it might be one of the only ways that we can finish this quest. It's not going to get any easier, and I know this ring can grant greater powers than any of us currently have. And I don't want to wear it, but I think it might be the only way that we're ever going to get this quest done.
Well, I am certainly familiar with taking a burden upon one's shoulders, meddling with a power that could potentially destroy you, though I am in no position to pass judgment or sway you one way or another. Your decision is your own. I would, of course, caution you. Only make that decision when there are no other options available to you. And if the time comes, I will respect your wish. I shall not let you become something that would dishonor your purpose in this life.
Your counsel is appreciated, and thank you. Although I'm not sure that thanking somebody for agreeing to end me is, I guess, a good thing, but thank you.
Strange times we live in. Strange times indeed.
Indeed. Devaney's going to put the ring back in her pocket.
The drama.
As Stephanie lets go of the ring and it settles back in the pocket again, you feel that biting your hip or whichever pocket you've tucked it away into.
Yeah, hip pocket.
But your hand is still numb from the cold.
Yeah, she starts to flex it and also winces as it goes into her pocket. Moves a little bit closer to a fire.
Your hand doesn't seem to be warming up that much.
Oh dear.
Get a sensation it's something to do with the ring. You also remember artists never complained about it being cold.
He also never complained about the jungle being too hot.
Oh.
He also died tragically, so stop.
Mid-air while getting boulders hurled at him.
Yeah.
Guardian is still up with me during the remainder of my watch.
Yeah.
Then, as the mysterious artifact of power disappears within the pocket, I shall turn the conversation to other things and ask. We have been traveling together for some time now, but I feel the chaos of our journeys, the constant danger and strife have left us little time to learn of one another. Tell me, Guardian, who were you before you found yourself in this place?
Well, I was in a lot different place than now. I basically didn't have to do anything that I didn't want to. People cooked for me. People bought clothes for me. It was... Well, it wasn't Chult.
It does not sound like Chult at all, no.
But I ran away. And... well, adventure led me here.
You have a warrior spirit, that is for certain. Whatever the path led you to this place, I am glad. As I am glad that Plant Elf and the Whimsical One are here as well. When I set out from my village, I anticipated that I would be on a lone journey. I am glad to have come across a group of you. That this task might be undertaken among comrades.
I agree, and through my journeys through Chult, well, I've seen a lot come and a lot more go than I expected, but I'm still glad to be traveling with others instead of trying to do this thing by myself.
Well, I will summon the Whimsical One for his watch. Perhaps, should you require it, I am not familiar with the needs of seemingly all of your kind. You get what rest you can, and we shall set out in the morning.
I shall do that. Good night.
Okay, so as Twala awakens, is any point anything?
Anything? I don't think so. Just normal watch activities.
Oh, okay. So as your watch starts to come to a close, you wake Devaney for her watch. Watch seems to pass without much incident. Devaney, you do notice as the watch is, as the evening has been rolling on, the storm's been getting lower and lower as it moves away. Eventually, as you notice, the storm and lightning disappear off into the distance. And you are left with the sun starting to peek through the canopy to the east.
We probably should have done that, like, tapered plant thing again, but I forgot. So, oh well. Oh well, what the hell. Okay.
As the group of you start to come to consciousness for the day. And make yourself breakfast. You know you have given the weather, assuming proper navigation, you think you're only about a day out of Chult at this point. Day out of Omu at this point.
Do we
If
have to
that.
go?
I mean, a half a day, sorry. You could be there by lunchtime.
We could be there
Let's
by lunchtime. Do we
go.
want to be there by lunchtime?
Yeah.
Let's have a hearty breakfast.
Let's eat a really big, delicious breakfast.
Yes. Okay.
I like that idea.
And thus Wheaties were invented.
Yeah.
No. No joke.
I'm gonna like delay this as like drag my feet as much as possible about this because I don't want to go and blow a lot.
Okay. So you all sort of notice Solana's a little bit dragging it today. But
Yeah.
you have breakfast. Eventually it's time to head out.
Oh no, it's guys. I forgot how to fold my tent. Oops.
Solana, do you really not want to go?
Do we have to? Can't someone else save the world?
Solana, this is why we've come all this way.
Yeah, but we can keep on going.
Lana, don't worry. We have each other. All we have to do now is to step into our brilliance.
We're all
You
gonna
gonna
die.
step into your brilliance?
No, we're gonna die.
Well, then let's die together.
And let's
Okay.
make it a bang.
That's not what I want to hear. Okay. I'll fold my tent.
Okay, then who is navigating us southwards?
Oh, no, you know.
I'll assist.
Oh,
Very
Okay.
closely.
So
We're heading southwest.
so,
you guys start heading down, and again, canoe gets in the river.
oh,
Is there anything anyone be doing? Oh, go ahead.
should we like do pass without a trace since we're gonna hit it?
Yes.
So I'm gonna do the voice for this part. We think we're gonna hit Omu around lunchtime.
Yep,
Is that-
around midday.
So we should
I'm gonna wait
probably.
on pass without a trace.
I feel like we should get out of the boat and the river like a little before that and try and scout on foot to like.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, it's a friggin' city, right? We should be able to like
See it.
see it before we walk into it.
Ideally.
Try and
Solana,
get
how
some
long-
like intel.
Solana, how long does that spell last?
1 hour.
Yeah, so maybe we should do that closer to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that closer, but I agree we should do that on foot. As a team, together. Or in twos.
Okay. So go ahead. We've got you navigating down. Okay. As you guys start making your way down, as you move ever closer over the first couple of hours of your journey southward, and keeping your eyes open, Twala checking for the same things.
Percepting for snake people, always.
So you don't see any sign of people moving around, and as you're looking off the sides of the river, you don't see any major roads or thoroughfares or anything that looks like there's much travel coming from this section of the city, or from this direction from the city, I should say.
Probably don't
So
go
as you-
north much.
What'd you say, Solana?
They probably don't go north much, maybe?
So as you continue on your way, it gets to be, you're guessing probably about another 45 minutes to an hour from the outskirts of the city, based on your estimates of when you would be there.
Okay, guys.
Station the boat and
Mm-hmm.
Tom Clancy's Black Ops reconnaissance time.
Yeah, so let's hide the boat a little bit, and then we can be on our way. Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you doing to hide Stephanie?
I'll put. I don't want to burn a spell on this, so I'm gonna like put leaves on her.
I'm sure we can find some vines and leaves and.
Go ahead and make anyone who wants to can make a survival check.
What if we found a bunch of
How
sturdy
is water
vines,
walk a ritual?
lashed her up, and then lifted her up into the trees and tied her up above?
She's a big boat.
She is a big boat.
You can, either way, with that roll, you can either find vines or leaves, whichever you prefer to.
I'll do leaves, and I'll just put them all over.
Oh, okay. So you managed to find a little spot to put Stephanie in. Quentin comes over with a couple of, real
Ooh.
small little branches. And,
I'll druid.
I do the best that I can.
I'll
am I
druid
supposed to be helping?
craft some moss and some older stuff on top too. So I'll druid
Okay.
craft some stuff. I forgot
Yeah,
I can
it-
druid craft.
easy enough for you guys to get it fairly well hidden.
I'm a druid and I forgot druid craft.
How are you marking this so you know where this is? Because you're about an hour north of where you think the city is at the moment.
Good question. Large purple flower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So
I love
natural.
that.
Okay, so as you guys start continuing on, heading again ever southwards towards
I will cast Pass Without a Trace now. Right? Are we about an hour out? Half an hour?
you're thinking a little under an hour out at this point.
Oh.
So yeah, you're probably safe to cast it if you want to.
Okay. Should we cast it now or still when we're closer to the city? What do you think? So we can like walk around the city.
Mhm.
Or across the city. Okay, I'll wait like 15 more minutes
Oh, okay.
and then I'll cast
Okay.
it.
So go ahead and cast a spell, and everyone who is stealthing, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh!
Well, this is
Bang.
going swimmingly already, folks.
Oh, this is great. Hey, we are awesome.
Yeah!
What? Numbers brought to you by numbers less than 10. Thank God for passive abstract.
16 and 3 17s.
Oh
Alrighty
my
don't-
goodness.
I don't know why we bother strategizing. Clearly, the dice gods just want us to be murder hobos.
Yeah.
We just go to every location, kill everyone.
Really loudly.
So
We are not
as you
quiet.
guys continue towards ducking and trying to keep as hidden as you can,
Bob and weave. Bob and
making way-
weave.
as you make your way through the jungle, you notice that and Twala, you notice this being more familiar with the jungle than anyone else. The jungle doesn't seem to be thinning out like you would expect, similar to where you were at Urvastek, the trees to start getting thinner and then to see a wide open clearing. You're not experiencing that here.
I see. Leading me
That's
to
the-
believe that the city is down.
As you guys are all
Mm.
moving through and making your way through, all of a sudden, what's the marching order? Who'd be in where? I'm assuming Solana's somewhere up near the front and she's navigating. But
Okay, I'll be first.
I would probably have a Volta flying maybe 50 feet in front of Solana.
oh, okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for Revolta.
Solana, would you prefer that I go in front of you? You can direct me as necessary, and this
Okay.
way, if any arrows come flying out of the jungle, they can not hit you necessarily.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea. I will go second. And how did
Yeah.
Avolta rose? Where is Avolta? I can't even see Avolta.
Avalta will be back on Wednesdays.
Right.
Okay, so
Clem
we have
will be
Avalta.
third in the marching order. in front of Devaney, with Bernice taking up the rear.
Okay.
Bernice is not
We're
that
really
stealthy.
stealthy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. Just checking this real quick. Okay. So yeah, as you guys are making your way forward, and Devaney, you start getting flashes from Volta at about the same time that Tuala and Solana start to see this. As Avalta all of a sudden is in the trees with you, then is just out in a clearing. And as Avalta takes off and Tuala and Solana step forward, Mrs. Producer, follow the bouncing flag 2 pages over to the right.
Wow.
As Tuala and Solana find themselves standing on either side of a large stone gargoyle as the jungle parts to reveal a long dead city enclosed by sheer cliffs,
How far down?
ruined buildings, and stone boulevards arise like ghosts. That is much louder than my other song was. I apologize. Ruined buildings and stone boulevards ride like ghosts from the floor of this mighty basin. Colorful birds glide high above the head. Off far to your left-hand side, to the east, you can see a waterfall pouring down into the basin, creating a swollen river that floods much of the city beneath, before draining into a deep rift filled with molten lava that you can see far in the south.
Oh, wow. I didn't go down
A
that.
ruined palace lies a few hundred feet from the edge of this steaming abyss. And as you are taking everything in and go to turn to look at each other, you get a better look at this stone figure between you, draped in vines, claws dug down into the granite on the cliffside, looking down at the ruined city. As you sort of lean and look, the face of it cracked in a hideous, gaping scream. Looks to be the face of a devil.
What? Wait,
It
what?
has detect magic on it.
A devil?
It looks to be a devil face.
Why do we want to be here?
Quen, you definitely get a magical aura coming from this.
Be watchful of this.
Can you, like... What kind of magic is it? Do you
Actually,
know?
real
Yeah,
quick,
what kind of magic is it?
Oops.
Wrong book.
Sorry. I mean, what a nice statue. It's magical. Yeah. How about that?
How about that? In this city?
School of Magic where it tries to murder us in about 10 seconds?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
That's my guess.
How about this? It is 9:38. We've just got to Omu. This is a great place to take the break while the team figures out what the hell to say.
Sounds good.
So, congratulations, guys. We have finally made it to the city of Omu.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to take a quick 5 to 7 minute break as our party will run, grab drinks, facilities, anything they may need to do.
This
We'll
place
be
is
back
huge.
shortly.
Okay.
And thank you. Hang on, we'll be back soon.
We're out. Devilish magic that will kill us all. No, it's definitely grayed out. I know. Let me look at that. It says has sight. Oh, light radius. You did a light radius, Matthew. Yeah, it's gray. It's like around here.
And that's how Stumpy got that nickname. But anyway, we're back
Oh,
live?
okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, a
That
little
makes
late there.
sense. That makes total sense.
Hello, Stumpy. Welcome back, everyone. So as we are returning back, our party has found their way to the city of Omu and is now starting to look out over, and I apologize to my players. Apparently my lighting was not properly set on this map, so they can only see a little tiny section of it. So you guys are all the way up here. I will shift ping you, looking down over it. And as Solana and Joala have stepped out on either side of this rather large stone statue, and Quen has started casting Detect Magic and is getting a pulse off of this statue, and it is coming across as looks to be, actually let me check one last thing because I just thought of what exactly it would be. I just have to find it. A second here. Okay. You are actually, the School of Magic you are sensing across this entire creature or item is Abjuration.
So it might protect us. Isn't that what, like, mage armor does? Protects you?
Oh, Quen, you getting anything from that spell of yours?
It's hard to tell. This thing is definitely magical in nature. As
Okay.
to what kind of school? It's not enchanted. This thing itself is magical, but
Oh.
in which way I cannot tell.
Can I touch it?
You can touch whatever you want.
Ooh! I poke
It's not
Tuala.
that.
I take several steps back away from the gargoyle before the plant elf touches it.
I do as well.
I was gonna poke Tuala, like, in the nose. Since Quen gave me permission. Boop!
Why?
Just get the same.
Why not? Okay,
Hmm.
should I boop the statue? No? Yes?
I'm not your parent.
I booped the
Devaney
statue.
is while this is happening, Devaney is going to look and see if she can see from where she's at some way to get down the cliffside
Maybe we can tie ropes to this giant
without
statue.
having to like actual climb down.
Oh. We can
Go ahead
spider
and make a
climb.
perception check.
Can I do spider climb one at a time on people?
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you look out, nothing clear. Like you don't see stairs or a ladder or anything any way down the waterfall. You can see that there appears to be way on the far end of the city from your view. You see what seems to be a massive stairway leading down into the city, which looks to be the main entrance and the only real point of egress from, like, easy entryway. You also notice that as you're looking around and looking down, that these stone statues are set about one every 100 feet as far as you can see around the outlying portion.
Hmm.
And you can also see the river, which dumps in the form of that waterfall down into the basin and flooded streets below.
How long would it take to get to the steps?
So I'm going to point out the stone statues to everybody else. Not necessarily like all of them, because I'm not sure everybody would be able to see all of them, but that there seems to be a lot of them. And then I'll point out, can you guys see way over there? I think there's stairs, but it might take us a while to get all the way over there, and we'd have to pass all of these gargoyle things.
Why not go by way of that waterfall?
You want to go down a waterfall?
Why don't we just tie a rope to this guard? How far down is it from us?
I don't want to trust that this statue is going to remain the way it is now.
What's that
I
mean?
agree with Gwen.
Is it gonna shapeshift?
It might come alive for all
It might
we know.
crumble. It's been
Might
here
Oh,
a
it
long
might
time.
crumble. That makes sense. Alright, I can spider climb down.
Cliffs look to be, from where you are looking down, looks to be about 150 feet down.
Oh.
Does anybody have featherfall?
Was it
I have
1d6
featherfall.
per 10 feet you fall?
Yep.
Let me just calculate that real quick.
No, I have featherfall.
Oh,
Well,
hey.
Let's jump.
Okay.
Have
Glenn,
we...
reaches into his back pocket and grabs a fistful of nothing and then throws
Wait,
over
wait, wait.
his head.
Paula,
Before-
you were gonna
before we
say
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just before he, like, does that, it's like, have we, like, broken the plane of, like, where this gargoyle is positioned and what would be, like, the interior border of the city based on its position?
No, it is clamped on the edge of the cliff. You would literally have to go out into the free air.
Okay, just super quickly then. Before we like go leaping off of this thing, I want to like give the others a look and just like take the glaive and sort of poke it out 10 feet over the precipice there, past the like where this thing is, and kind of like give it a little wave and see if it does anything. Twelve is extremely suspicious about anything that is magical.
No, you put the glaive out, wave it around. Doesn't seem to be reacting.
I'm gonna ask Bowie, the familiar, to fly 100 feet out over the ravine.
Okay, you're just sending him straight out and...
Just straight out.
Okay.
And then
So
I guess,
as-
just to cover all bases, I'll ask Avolta to fly down and out a little bit, but mostly down.
Okay. So as as Avolta starts to dive down from her perch above everyone, down towards the city, and the flying monkey familiar Bowie goes to fly just straight out past it.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, all of you notice the gargoyle between Solana and Tuala, and the two on either side, 100 feet away, spring to life and immediately go after the two familiars.
No!
I unsummon Bowie. I dismiss him.
Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't talking. I'll snap my fingers as well, and before Avolta gets too far away for me to do so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as you snap and they both disappear, you watch as the gargoyles, almost suspiciously loop around a little bit, don't see them, and immediately return back to their perches.
That's a problem.
Land in the
Yeah.
exact same positions, ignoring the group. Even the one landing in the group of you ignores the four of you.
So, going down is out of the question.
Well, We
out
can
This
go
way.
down. We just
Going
know
down
that we're
this
going to
way.
have to fight a bunch of gargoyles.
in the air.
Mid-air.
Yep.
Great.
We remember how well that went last time.
Featherfall. You can do stuff with Featherfall, and you don't have to. I mean, you can cast other spells with Featherfall, can't you, Quinn?
But Featherfall, I have a 10. I've flipped through my spell book.
I mean, you can. Featherfall doesn't stop when you cast another spell, does it?
No,
Featherfall
it's
is
not concentration.
Oh, okay, like Spider Climb is. So I won't.
Mhm.
Spider Climb.
So we could just jump down and just be prepared to fight 3 gargoyles.
We learned something from this.
Can we just hit the
Position.
statue?
The
Until-
position where the creatures left the precipice and entered into the border of the city. The gargoyle here in front of us. The one there and the one there. Pursued, but not the others.
Right.
There is a range, apparently, with which these magical defenders are able to perceive. If we can either find a gap in the defense somewhere in the perimeter of this crater, or similarly use the ghost bird and the winged simian to distract them, we may be able to slip down unnoticed,
The
which
other
should
thing.
be our ultimate goal.
I could summon.
The other thing is we could use the front stairs that is way over there. That they might not bother us if we actually use the stairs.
2 things. Why can't we just hit the statue?
And if they only attack when we go down, they shouldn't bother us if we walk past them, which is what I was worried about before.
Mhm.
2 things. Why don't
It
we just
seems to me
start
that
hitting this?
it seems to me that Plant Elf is talking, but we can't hear her.
Oh. Oh, yes.
You
Thank
took her tongue off.
Thank you. So 2 things. One is, why can't we just hit the statue until it dies? And 2, I can summon, Freddie Mercury, the Quetzalcoatl, and it can be a distraction if we win a Featherfall.
That's a really big creature, Slana. It might attract more.
Yeah, so they won't pay attention to us, though.
There is. Have we noticed any other tea or any of the other stone creatures since the 3 that pursued our familiar individuals?
There's stone statues lining all around, isn't there?
No, I mean once the 3 returned and when we have been talking, have we noticed any other activity from the city to indicate that someone took note of that and is responding?
Go ahead and make a perception check as you're looking down and.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
So
take it.
you can see movement at various points throughout the city, but it's hard to make out. It doesn't seem like you see a large force moving in this direction.
Okay.
You see smaller groups of basically what look to be ants from this distance to you. Just smaller clusters, a couple walking down along this pathway here. You can see a few larger groups a little further down along this road here. But again, it's larger groups of little tiny moving dots. Nothing that looks like they're like marshaling a defense and charging northward.
Okay.
Maybe we should avoid the pathways and just like go now behind these buildings that were.
The large staircase seems very much like walking in the front gates of a heavily fortified enemy position. I think indeed our most wise path of approach is to attempt to go unnoticed. It will be much easier to hide
Should
within
we
the
just
confines of the city.
Should we just hit the statue until it attacks us? And maybe it'll break? And
Well,
then
that's
we'll-
kind of attracting attention, but unless we could. It's already noticed us. I don't think we can stealth past it.
Unless we're
It does-
stealthing right now, and it doesn't notice us.
It does not seem to bother with us unless we attempt to breach the
The city.
perimeter of the city.
Okay.
Perhaps
Um,
Perhaps we wait until the cover of darkness and then utilize the same trick with our
or
companion creatures.
I could cast a magic circle around this one here, and maybe if this central one doesn't pursue us, the two perimeters won't either.
Well, the back end of the statue is sticking off the cliff. Can you still draw a circle?
Oh.
I mean, as long as it's I could draw it around its feet.
Whatever
way
you think
it's-
it will work.
Quite as you're looking at this, think of it, and dear word, forgive me for how this is going to look. So, if you picture this little red box as the actual gargoyle, the way it is sitting on the on this cliff face. So the cliff face is coming down. Oh, I don't know why that's still red. It was meant to be. So that's the cliff face, and this X is where you guys are hanging out. So its feet are literally over the edge, and the talons are off the ground, leaning into the city. So you'd literally be drawing a circle out over here somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then never mind. Seems impossible. Well, we could just be ready to fend off these pursuers then. Or we can go through the front gate, or we can go
Well-
through by way of that waterfall.
Tuala's idea of trying at night might work as well.
All
It
right.
would also give us an opportunity to scout the lights of torches and fires lit within the city to gauge the numbers and positions of the Onti within the area.
Tuala, are you going to be okay? You have difficulty seeing in the dark.
I will do my best to manage. I have the glow nut, whatever it's called.
Well, before we go, perhaps I can put light on a rock for you and you could stick it in your pocket if the worst comes to worst.
Perhaps if necessary, but I would prefer not.
Matthew?
Quick, let's jump into the city before you
Everyone in, you can't stop us!
Still here, just had to reconnect. My wonderful artwork crashed roll 20 on me.
Oh no. I lost Devaney's camera too, so let me reconnect with everyone. There we go. I'm just waiting on Matthew's camera.
Yeah, I'm just on my way back in.
Actually, I lost Stephanie as well. I'm gonna reconnect as well.
I reconnected recently, so maybe that's why.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should wait till night, scope out the city, then send as many familiars as we can muster, just like faff them about, and get all the gargoyles to like chase them up in the air, and then real quick try and sneakily feather fall down the side of the mountain.
Do you want me to use Freddie Mercury or
Is he super big?
yeah?
I'm worried about a super big one.
Okay, I won't summon him.
Because
then.
the small ones, we already know the small ones only attracted the little bit of attention from those three.
Yeah.
So you could summon a smaller flying creature.
Nah, that's not worth it.
Listen, if I can't use style, I'm just ain't doing it.
Godzilla or go home.
Yeah.
Or you could do all those, what were they, imps from before?
Oh, I could do Pixies.
Pixies,
Oh.
yeah.
Do you want me to do Pixies?
Ugh, pixies.
Good band, good band.
So it's the party's decision.
All right, so then let's go camp out somewhere until nightfall, and then try our luck.
Okay. Sounds
Take
good.
a early rest, or yeah.
Okay. So easy enough to back off a little ways, set up and rest for the we'll call it for the day. Evening starts to settle in, sun starts to set. The night is yours.
All right. We creep back up. Do you want me to use Pass Without Trace, or is it not worth it at this point?
Based
why
on our
not?
rolls tonight, for sure we need to use Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I would like to know if I can also use Pass Without a Trace on myself and double it.
Okay, so go ahead and make your stealth checks.
Oh no. Good thing I have passed that trace.
Good thing.
Boy, where's my stealth roll? Alright,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys start sneaking your way back up again, it takes you a little while to get back up there, but find yourself standing again right behind that same statue of a gargoyle.
Devine is going to resummon Avolta very quickly and look over at Quen. And Solana, ready?
I'm not
Ready.
summoning anything. I'm ready.
Pixies?
Oh, you want me to summon the pixies?
Anything will help.
Okay.
Send them down.
Preferably up and away from where we will be descending down the side of the
Well,
cliff
down a
face.
little bit and then not towards us.
8
Be
pixies?
sure,
Okay.
be sure, I say. Be sure to maintain at least this area. We know that we only drew 3 of them around here. We do not want to stray too far and risk pulling more.
Agreed.
Alright, I'm ready with Featherfall. Whenever
All right.
we jump.
Devine jumps off.
So does Quen.
So just Solana.
Oh, Ooptal, protect me. Jump off
then-
as well.
Quen
Okay.
throws up silvery looking feathers, and we all start to float gently down.
Or we could fly.
Okay.
The pixies have fly. Just saying.
I like that we did not wait until we saw if we successfully drew the gargoyles
So,
before
well,
jumping.
The reaction spell.
Right, so as the pixies dive off, now, and you have 8 of these little
I've
things?
got 8 of them, and they all have their spells and stuff. So
Okay. So do me a favor, go ahead and make a, we are going to do this, go ahead and click on your tokens and just roll initiative. We're going to have the pixies go on your initiative, Solana,
okay.
with them just being a couple of feet in front of you in terms of,
Ooh.
Is this like,
well, it's more
do
just
I
to
need
see.
to bother rolling double initiatives, or we don't really care about this point?
No, it's more. You guys are all falling at the same time. This is more where the pixies have gone out and the gargoyles, as you guys are falling, to see if there's realistic. I think pixies only have 1 health,
Yeah.
so it's more to see whether or not you guys will be down and have enough time to hide yourself away somewhere before the gargoyles deal with the pixies.
They're gonna
Yeah, Avolta's
cast
going as well.
They're gonna cast confusion on the gargoyles and go
Ooh.
invisible.
Oh, they
No,
can
they're not
try
gonna
to
go
on
invisible.
there.
They're gonna do confusion or
Okay.
sleep. Which one? Sleep.
You polymorph them into lizards and they all fall 600 feet out of the
That's not a
sky.
bad idea.
So let's see here.
It's Solana's choice.
Confusion.
Um.
I don't know what confusion does. Hold on.
I am just using a flesh golem token because that is the
Grossest
I don't
thing
have a gargoyle
ever.
Well, I don't have a. Really? I don't know if that. Let me take a look and see what that rolled as. Okay, that did roll the right way. Okay. Well, that'll serve the purpose. Okay, so as you have sent these out, and they all 8 of them fly out, the 3 gargoyles get their shot first, swooping in at these group of 8 of them. Do you have their stats up?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before you start, how did you have them fly in? Are these? What did you tell them to do? Just go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And cast confusion when they can.
Right. So, assuming that they're all somewhat in the near area, so each one of these 3 gargoyles get. Well, actually, only one of them is going to be within range on this first round. The other 2 will be dashing, but they won't be able to attack. So the first one's going to go. Its first attack, bite, as 18 at the first pixie.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. Hold on, it's only a.
Okay. And
Yes,
we are just going
its
to.
armor class is higher than I thought.
As much as I love the Omu music, it's a little too peaceful. Okay. So,
7 pixies.
first pixie, that is 4 damage.
Yes, that dies. Just
Okay, second attack on the second pixie. Claw attack is to 15.
Yeah, it just hits.
Okay.
6 pixies.
And that is 5, so you're down to 6 pixies.
Yep.
The other 2 gargoyles dash and are now in the mix with the pixies.
Okay.
So that will bring us over to the group of you who are all just starting to float down. So as this is going on, the flesh golem, bloody the gargoyles have soared out and attacked the pixies. You guys are starting to drift down. You're down just about 60 feet at this point. As Solana, it now comes to your pixies.
Okay. They're gonna cast. 2 of them are gonna cast confuse on each of the
Okay, well, all 3 of the gargoyles are here now, so you want 2
okay.
or 3 to cast
Yeah,
it.
then I'll have all of them try to cast. Confuse.
Okay.
'Cause
And what's the saving throw for confusion?
charisma DC save of 12.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay,
No, I
so
think it's
first
a wisdom.
gargoyle.
Sorry, it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first one saves against the first attempt. Fails the second.
Okay.
Okay, so next gargoyle
Save.
saves the first. Saves the second. Are you going to have the other 2 attempt on the second gargoyle?
Yes.
Okay. Saves the third. Fails the fourth.
Okay.
Okay. So gargoyles 1 and 2 are both confused.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything any of the party would be doing other than just sort of drifting and trying to get down to the ground? As you're sort of watching this aerial dogfight with the pixies and the gargoyles up in the air.
Yeah, I want to ready a spell action.
Okay.
Same with Devaney will ready a spell action and send a Volta flying up because he has a fly speed about 60 feet himself. So.
Okay, so you're going to basically put a Volta flying in the middle of this.
Yeah, just for
Incendiary as
another take up another hit. Pretty much is all Volta's good for at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, and Quen will ready a green flame blade for anything that tries to swoop into his direction.
I don't have
Okay.
anything that's not flashy, like that would attract a bunch of attention. So.
Alright, then already bookmark instead of green flame blade.
Already my bow.
So,
I am readying lightning lore.
That's
okay.
So
flashy.
if it is flashy, but I'm only the whatever you want to call it, the trigger for the action is if the gargoyles seem to notice us, and if they come towards one of the 3 others as they're falling, and get within the range of his lightning lore. I want to use it to attempt to hit one of them and pull them away from my falling companions, to give them a chance to continue to like get down, and essentially like pull it onto me if they come in at us.
Okay. So as we flip back to the top, you guys are continuing down. You've managed to fall just over 100 feet now. You're only about like maybe 45, 50 feet from the ground. So you're all pretty confident you'll be down on the ground in another couple of seconds. The gargoyles are back up again. So I'm going to roll 2d10 to see what our two confused ones are going to do. Okay, so that's a 7 and a 3. So gargoyle number 1. Let's see. 7, 8. Creature uses its action to make a melee attack against randomly determined creature within its reach. Okay, Solana, do me a favor.
Yep.
Roll me a d11. Okay.
No, that was that right? Did I
Roll
do that?
1d11. Let me just look at.
No,
quick.
I don't think I did that right.
I think you did.
It says rolling 1d11.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
that's right.
Okay.
So, okay.
Sometimes I don't.
And then
do-
roll. Okay. Does a 10 hit a Volta, Devaney?
Oh no.
It would be. What would be the armor class?
It should be the Hawks.
Is it
If you
just-
click on the Avalta token, it should have a sheet on it.
I don't have a Volta
You
token.
know?
No, Avalta character sheet.
It's 13.
It's 13. So yeah. it doesn't
13.
hit.
Okay.
Okay, so it makes its second attack
Oh,
against
right up
Avalta.
the top there. Duh.
A 13 will hit Avalta this time.
Yep.
That is 4 points of slashing.
And the Volta's down.
Oh no.
So Avalta poofs.
Yep.
Then let's see here. The next one rolled a 3 for the second gargoyle, so that one does nothing this turn. It just hovers there. Then the third gargoyle that's in the mix with all the pixies is going to. Let's see. We're gonna make its first attack, bite attack. Okay, 13. Does that hit one of the pixies?
Nope.
Okay. Second one's a 10, so that's not going to hit either. Okay, so that'll bring us back to the pixies. What do you have them doing?
Oh, they're just gonna. Can they take the help action or something? They only have one spell, but they can druidcraft at will, or turn invisible. They're gonna turn invisible and just like do the help action if they can, like fly around and poke at them in the eye.
Okay. So just going to keep being a distraction up there for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Devaney is saying no. I don't know why.
And that'll bring us to the group of you again, as you are now just all starting to land. Your feet are hitting the ground. Quen first, Devaney right after, then Solana and Tuala hitting. And as you guys look up, and actually, oh wait, no, I needed to make 2 wisdom saves for the confusion at the end of their last
Okay.
turn. Fail.
Save.
And is okay. So now the second one is back to having its wits about it. So the first one is going to make its D10 check, see what it does. Okay, so it makes 2 attacks against its closest thing. So Solana, do me a favor and roll a D9 for me. Okay. Okay, so this attack is a 14.
Oh no.
And a 14, so
No.
first one does not hit. Second one is going to, that's an 8
No.
and a 10.
No.
And third one horrendously misses And a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh, actually, do me a favor. Roll me a D2. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, yeah, I realized afterwards I marked it down in the order of who cast what. So let's see which one that's one's going after. Okay, so that one disappears. Okay, so you're down another pixie.
Okay.
As you have hit the ground, you guys are now all on the ground. What are you having your pixies do?
They're gonna... What should they do? Stephanie.
We should find cover and then you should dispel them.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so as we start back up at the top of the round, you guys are now looking for cover. Who's taking point on this? Trying to find you guys a spot. As you guys are all now, forgive this being, hideously not to scale, but you guys are all now way down here.
I'll look for cover, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, investigation.
I'll help too.
Okay.
Hey!
Okay. So let's see here.
What time is it? Okay.
Just, give me a second here. Gotta just check with what you are near. Did not quite plan on you guys entering in this manner, but hey. So, as you're poking around here, you've got a couple of buildings right in front of you that doors are closed, look to be boarded up a little, and you're pretty sure you guys can get in there with, Chihuahua running through the door. Could put this through with minimal effort.
How loud? But how loud would that be? That'd be very loud. We already have these gargoyles swooping at us. I don't know! What should we do?
Try the door.
Try the door. That's a good idea. See if it's unlocked. Okay! Good idea.
Everybody get inside.
Side.
Before you go inside, Solana, dispel your stuff and duck in here.
Dispel pixies.
Make sure Bowie's not around either, just in case.
It's not.
Okay, so you're dispelling them before you step inside?
Apparently so, yes.
Like,
Well,
just
like,
before
stand in
you
the
step
doorway.
inside?
Oh, stand
So
in
you
the
can-
doorway and dispel the pixies.
Oh, okay. Let's say, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Ooh. Where's my stealth?
You still have pass without trace.
No, she doesn't.
No?
It's concentration.
No. Yep.
Oh,
Contra
you
Woodland
got the
Beans, you got rid of it.
concentration.
But I don't think it'll matter. As I don't think any of that... I'm just going to lazy man roll and add up what I need to afterwards. Okay.
Ah,
So as
no!
Solana dispels the pixies and goes to duck back into the building, one of the gargoyles is now swooping down towards her. The rest of you are already in the building, so Solana, as you look up and you release your spell, you watch as two of the gargoyles do like a quick loop and start to move back out towards their spots. But that first one is now dive bombing at the building you are standing in the doorway to.
I grab Solana's back and I pull her in.
As it uses its full dash, it's still not at the building, but what would the group be doing? Solana, are you warning them this thing's coming?
Yes, I'm going, thing's coming! And then I'm gonna cast, Conjure Animal.
Okay, well, before we get to that, what Solana's pulled in and says is, what is everyone doing? So, Solana, you're casting Conjure Woodland. What are you conjuring?
Conjure Animal. What should I conjure? I'm gonna conjure,
Something flying.
things that can fly. Eagles! Eagles!
Okay,
Do we
where
have
are you
time to talk to her, or is this just she's just
Not
taking her?
really.
You've got basically you guys are all sort of moving in one giant in this.
Okay,
So
someone
you've
give
got
me
to,
input, because otherwise I'm conjuring like 4 giant eagles and just setting
Back
them in
up.
the sky.
Back
Just-
up. Stay
Okay.
quiet. If you must conjure, small, on the ground, run it away from the building.
Close the door.
I close the door.
Okay, so you're all just
That motion. The sight is based on motion. I can't see you if you stay still.
okay. So Solana is just closing the door and waiting now.
Yes, apparently so.
Okay, Devonay, Quen, Twala, anything you guys would be doing?
If it comes towards the door,
You
I'm
all
gonna
had
conjure.
You all had stuff prepared, but you're now inside the building.
So she did not conjure like an animal to like
Nope.
scamper out of the door. Okay. Then
No?
as much as I can, I'm gonna withdraw into the like. Is this what is this building like? In just an open like single room, or is there like a wall we can get
Are there
behind?
people inside?
I'm gonna. I want to ready a spell. It's
Okay.
called Banishment.
Okay.
And I want to cast that as it gets within range.
Okay, so it's either you have to go out to it or it's got to come into you.
Mm,
You can see.
I'll poke my head out and I'll just like at it with my
Glenn,
finger.
stay inside.
Devin Mom says stay
Okay.
inside. Stay inside.
So are you readying it for it to come in, or are you going out to cast it?
Twala's giving up hope.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna. Is there like a window on this building, or it's just
No, it looks like you guys have run into a storehouse.
Oh, thank
a
God.
storehouse?
It's got a door, but you don't see any windows in this area. It's just looks like a glorified warehouse.
Okay, let's just stay here for a
Okay.
minute. See if it goes away.
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait for it to like crash through. Like I'll wait till I can see it if it like comes in or whatever. Then I'll cast it.
Okay. So, in Twala, was there anything you were preparing?
No, I'm not at this point.
Okay, so a couple of things you guys have sort of, had your little bicker back and forth for a moment as you hear a resounding crunch as you can hear this thing land on the ground outside the door.
Can we go?
And
No opposable thumbs.
it
It's not.
reaches out
Oh,
and
crap.
is just going to drag its claws across the door trying to pull it open.
Let's barricade the door.
Doors don't have much of an AC behind it. So as it reaches in and manages to pull the door open,
Oh no. Thought it needed
Quite you'd have your
opposable
chance to... You're firing off your spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and what's your DC?
14.
Okay.
Charisma save.
And with that, the creature vanishes.
Good job, Quinn.
Okay.
Let's find a different
Um,
building.
Am I able to know like if it like returned to its own plane, like because it makes a different sound if it like goes back to its home plane?
Based on your knowledge of your own spell, you're pretty sure it's going to be back in that spot within a minute.
Okay, we should go now.
Okay, let's run to a different building.
Leg it.
But quietly.
Quietly.
Leg it.
Quietly leg it.
You go out the door. Which way you going?
Should I cast Pass Without Trace on us one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's go west. Let's go west.
That's my last level 2 spell
Okay.
for now.
So let me do this. We're going to pull you guys out of initiative. Because if you guys are off and running,
We need to find a building quick.
But
Were we able to?
stealthily.
I had said it before and resolved it. Were we able to get any information from looking above at nighttime as to like where the population of this city is like residing, like based on firelight or anything like that?
Go ahead and make a perception check. I completely forgot about that. Okay. So you do see, when you guys initially looked in before you jumped, you did see various different points of firelight within the city, but they were pretty consistent. It looks like you've got a pretty decent spattering of individuals in here. It's again, none of the lights like bright enough, and you're not close enough to know who it is. Again, your assumption would be a majority of them are probably going to be Yanti.
Boo.
But yeah, you saw that there were some lights up. Just throw a couple over here.
Where?
Oh, sorry. Depending on how, zoom out your map a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't have to keep shifting pinging you. Basically, you saw a sizable group of lights somewhere over here, down in this area, over in here. I mean, as you're looking around, you can see there are lights peppered all throughout the city.
Okay. Just enough that we would hopefully have an idea from what we saw above that as we go pelting through the streets here, we don't accidentally run into somebody's dining room.
Yeah. Or you can also, as it stands right now, you guys just came out of one building that's right near the, whatchamacallit, right near the base of the, right near the base of the cliff. So you can either start making your way into the city, or you can stay along the outskirts. There is a little bit of foliage and tree cover along the base of the cliff.
Let's stay in the foliage. We're good at that stuff.
Well, not everybody.
Do we want to get further away from where the gargoyles are, though?
Yeah, let's.
Well, we need to find a building quick. It doesn't matter which one at the moment, and then we
So we're
Okay.
running west, right?
Yeah, you guys started going west over this direction.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
that's
go
somebody.
there.
Somebody said west, so
I did.
Yeah, Quinn.
Maybe we can just head for one of these guys over here. It's the
Okay.
first building I don't know what this is, but
Let's go.
some kind of road or aqueduct or something. Maybe we can just
yeah,
do one of these guys.
it's a raised roadway.
Can we go
Let's
under?
just go.
Okay, I'm running. I don't know
Okay,
where.
so which direction are you guys? I know you're heading westward. Somebody toss a token to the rough direction where you're going, because what you see and what you hear differentiates. Okay,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
who is that? Is that Devonay?
It's Stephanie.
The blue one's Stephanie.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't have it zoomed in. Okay, this is going to be very interesting then.
Oh no.
So as you are charging in towards that little building.
It's gonna be a temple.
Okay, let's see. Give me I got a spot here. Okay. So as you're charging into that building, you see a little ways off in the distance near the base of the cliff. Looks to be a 15-foot tall obelisk made of cracked stone.
Oh, okay.
Heavy vines draped over it in black moss. Behind it, you can see what looks to be a passageway into the actual cliff face, obscured by withering creepers.
Should we hide in
A
there?
second, smaller tunnel burrows into the base, little ways off to the east.
Should we hide in there? Anyone?
Just this building here.
Okay, we're gonna hide in this building.
Okay.
We can explore later.
Well, I was thinking they wouldn't come in the cliff face. Because it's dark. And we don't know who's in this building.
It's nighttime. It's all dark.
Unless this is a well-lit building.
Less bickering, more hiding.
Where's the door to this building?
Is it well-lit
I want to
inside?
open it.
So as you come charging up to this, and now this one, as you come up to it, it's just an open entryway into it. As you run into what looks to be, again, a very disused and dilapidated, appears to be like a kitchen area. There's
Kitchen.
another room off to your right, and then a small set of stairs it seems to go up to a second.
Devine is diving in the doorway and finding a corner and just crouching and being very still and quiet.
I'll hide under the bed.
So Salada disappears upstairs to
Under
the
the bed.
bedroom. Okay, Quen, Twala, what would you be doing?
Gwen's hiding in the broom closet.
Okay.
I will move within the primary chamber of the building where we entered, staying in the same line of sight of Gorian and positioning myself against a wall behind the doorway, ready to ambush anything that might come in.
Oh, okay. So as you guys take up your various spots and just sort of hunker down for a little bit. A little while goes by. Doesn't seem like anything's popping and following you. 4 or 5 minutes goes by. At this point, Quen, you'd be well aware that your spell has run its course and that creature is back in its... popped back into this plane of existence. It hasn't come looking for you, so it seems while it was banished off somewhere that it has lost track of you.
Why doesn't this place have a door?
So it's like a ruin, isn't it?
Yeah, so you guys, as you're looking around, this is a destroyed, abandoned city. Whatever
right.
whatever group lived here at one point is long since dead and gone. And now other denizens have come to rule the city in it.
Okay. Alright. I'll lie on top of the bed then. And go to sleep.
Devine is in the same room as Twala and sort of whispers over to him once it's obvious that the gargoyle's not coming after us and says, note to self, Solana is easily confused with multiple commands. Next time, let's do one at a time.
Not gonna lie, folks. Don't know what to do. Hey, there were 8 pixies, 3 targets, a lot of stuff going on.
He was saying in response that the important thing is that we have made it within the perimeter of the city. Thus far, it appears undetected.
Well, that's good. Should we just camp out here for the rest of the night or continue exploring during the dark?
Oh, right. We should explore during the dark.
We should look at that obelisk.
I will follow your lead. I am less equipped in the low light, but the cover of
The other
darkness
thing is,
provides us a benefit
if we
as well.
if we start exploring in the dark, we are going to get tired and need to find rest in the daylight. And we're all going to be messed up, and I think it could work against us at this point.
Are Yuan-Ti, like, particularly nocturnal? Do I know that at all?
Go ahead and say make an
A what?
And in what?
intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Can we take a short rest? So I can gain back pass without a trace?
Oh, okay. You don't think that they're necessarily nocturnal, but you do know they have the ability to see in the dark.
Okay.
So you don't think the night's going to hamper them.
So maybe rest here till the morning kind of makes sense, after all.
Yeah. And if we spend the night or a couple hours here, I can resummon a Volta.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are taking a rest for the remainder of the evening and waiting till first light?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you guys are taking an evening's rest, how are you guys handling watches for the night?
I'll take first watch.
And I'll take third.
Devanay will take fourth. And use the other part of her non-sleep to summon back Volta.
Okay. So go ahead. We got. Just need a perception check from Devanay. Okay. Looks like she is really focused on resummoning that little birdie. So, you guys proceed to. Where is my. And that's what happens when I turn pages too quick because you guys jump somewhere I wasn't anticipating. I lose my posted on what I'm looking for. Give me just a second here, folks. Okay. Hello. Ah, there's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Can't be good.
Okay, so as you guys are proceeding through watching, it is Tuala, you said you were taking second watch?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're keeping watch and looking in the area, you end up seeing a group of kobolds
Wow.
passing along this little raised section of street outside of where you guys are camped up, led by it's rather odd, led by another kobold, but he's looks a little different to you, as this one has got various, looks like cages and boxes strapped to his body. As you can see, it looks like he's got bugs and just odd little things that he's found strapped and carried along with him. Doesn't seem to take any notice of you guys in the building at the moment.
Where are they heading to?
They look to be heading, so from, as Tuala caught them, they were coming over from the east.
Oh, okay.
And then as they hit the road and started heading south.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna wake the others or anything else. I'm just gonna observe them. And when I wake Quen up, I will at least tell him what I saw.
Kobolds?
Are they
So
friendly
much
or
for
not?
scary Forbidden City.
I just remember you know take candle from the kobolds.
not believe they noticed us. They came from the east and proceeded south along the high road there.
Maybe we can make allies with them. I'm asleep.
Okay. Oh, and anyone else be doing anything else with the during their watches?
Yeah, I'm gonna resummon my familiar.
Oh, okay. Takes you a little longer, but you don't notice anything else going on. As Devanay takes her watch. Again, actually, let me, before I open my mouth and have to chew shoe, don't forget to roll it first. Okay, as you notice out the door, looking that the sun is starting to creep over the trees in the distance, and for the first time since you left Irvastek, you really get a nice clear sunrise coming in from the east, being you're in this massive basin. And with that, the group of you start to come to consciousness.
Okay. What are we supposed to do now that we're in the city?
Well, we need to find where this thing is that we're supposed to destroy. This soulmonger.
That's gonna be hard.
We could also kill Ras Nasai while we're here.
If we find him, this is a pretty big city, guys.
We saw a
Pretty big.
palace next to a lake of lava on the way in, did we not? Just if I had to take a guess.
Well, I don't think it will be.
That's metagamey.
Where's the bad guy gonna be? The most posh house on the block.
I don't think it will be difficult to find him. We could do the old get captured and taken right to him thing, but I don't think that's a wise idea.
Yeah, that didn't work with us and the frog things.
No, it didn't. And I have a feeling that was much easier to get out of than getting out of here.
We should visit them again, take their stuff.
That might have worked had it not been for the massive fireball that like cooked 15 or 20 of them in one shot, though.
Yeah. Quinn and I are over that. We passed that bridge.
We're past that. We're new people. That was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yes.
How long ago was that? How long have we been traveling?
A long time.
Yeah.
Dragonbite was still alive at that point.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'll have to tally it back up. I don't have it in front of me right now. I did have a calendar going for a little bit, and then you guys just started wandering back and forth, and it was like... So as you guys start poking around, getting ready to go, the day is yours. You've seen some foliage along the northern wall of the base of the cliff face. You've seen a 15-foot tall black cracked stone obelisk. That's about all you've seen of the city so far.
And it's been beautiful. Do you want to go poke around the caves or the obelisk, or go run down the street going, we're here?
Perhaps not the last one.
Okay.
But
We
I
could
would
go
be
building.
interested in the cave.
We could go building by building and shank everyone. Be real murder hobos.
Solana, that's a terrible thing to say.
But there's no good here. It's a city of forbidden evil.
Well, yeah, well, maybe, but
Hey, thanks for the bits, V Brown 510.
Have a pleasant evening. We will see you on Wednesday, V-Brown. Long live Lilith. Sorry.
Okay.
So the day is yours.
I'm gonna sneak around.
To where?
I don't know. Where are we going?
well,
I
I'm
want to
still
investigate
interested
that obelisk.
in the caves, but over behind us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
Let's
good.
go there.
So as you guys are sort of making your way over to that area, Nilo mentioned this because Quen, you said you were interested. You were walking right past the obelisk to get to those caves.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it.
I want to look at it too.
Okay. So as you guys start to get a little closer here, again, you see this obelisk as you're getting close to it. It stands 15 feet tall, and you can see there are various different cracks in it. And let me grab. There is a plaque on the front of it.
Ooh.
Let me see here if. Let's see
Can
here.
any of us read it?
Yep, I'm just trying to. Wanted to make sure I get the right one to show to players. Oh wait, you want to share it with all players? Yes. Show to everyone. As you walk up and you see the plaque.
Fear the night in the forest.
Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle and the seas dry up and the dead rise. And I, a Sirak, the Eternal, reap the world of the living.
Oh.
Those who dare enter take heed. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only.
Let's not go into the caves, because maybe that's where the Tomb of Annihilation is.
Isn't that the thing
The
that came
what?
before? Does the name Asirak mean anything to us in character?
In character, none whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Quen make a history check and roll a nat 20.
I would like to make a history check as well.
Okay, someone roll
Oh,
a history
okay.
check and they can have a nat 20. Oh,
Go
better than a 23.
That's a little better, I guess.
I mean, I would take if I took the nat 20, I'd get a 26. So,
It's either way. It's the name to you guys is not familiar.
oh.
It's not something this best you know is this individual, if whoever they are, is putting warnings out, but is not someone who has gone out of their way to put their name out there.
Oh. Well, maybe we should avoid it right now anyway.
Well, I know
Well,
one. I know
his
one
eye.
somebody who might know, and that's my friggin' jerk of a patron.
well, I do know one thing, that Nisi probably has the curse, and so therefore he probably does not have what we're looking for. So if we go after him, well, we're sort of heading in the wrong direction.
So what? What are we doing?
So I think maybe we should go in the cave just because we know that Rosnisi
This high.
is not what we're looking for to complete our other quest. You know, the one about...
So, go fight the death curse before we fight the tangible, actual.
I mean, we weren't really hired to go do anything with Rosnisi except by that one snake lady
Yeah, okay.
who has probably a personal vendetta against him for some reason. I don't
Hmm.
remember.
Right.
I mean, the death curse is affecting everybody.
So let's go straight into the tomb. Okay. I have no problem with this whatsoever. It's fine.
No problem.
Okay, so
We just
as
don't
you're
have a mask or understand what the doomed child is or
Not that Tuala knows this, but we do technically have a thing called the Mask of the Beast in our inventory.
Oh, I don't think it's there anymore.
yeah, no, they gave it away.
we don't have,
Okay.
we don't have keys.
Okay,
I'm just saying that we don't we lack the
So
necessary
not
bearing.
everything is literal, I think.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Sometimes it is literal.
And okay, so let's just gonna take the DM a moment to okay.
I really don't think we should go in the Tomb of Annihilation right now, guys.
The what?
Well, so in character,
Huh.
number one, we don't know that this obelisk has anything to do with the quote-unquote Tomb of Annihilation. Because we don't know who a Sirak is. Number two, we don't know that these random caves have anything to do with the obelisk.
Well, they're right next to each other.
I'm right next to you, and I'm not really related to you, other than we're traveling together and on the same quest.
That's the worst analogy I've ever heard.
Well, maybe, but it was the only one I could come up with in a couple seconds.
Why don't we just kill people in the city first? I'm really not looking forward to going into this thing. Really not.
So,
That's what we came here for.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm here.
Ms. Producer,
Yeah,
follow along 3 maps to the right.
I can't wait.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
And you guys are down here,
Ah.
standing in front of this massive 15-foot stone obelisk.
Yeah, I don't think that the caves have anything to do with this obelisk, guys.
As you're looking around at the actual entranceways to these 2 caves, the wider mouth opening in front of you, and the smaller one over to the east. The choice is yours.
Do these caves just look like regular, everyday caves?
So as you're looking from where you can see, the light, it's still early in the day, so the sun's not high enough to be shining really into these caves. So as you're looking at the initial, at the wide cave on the other side of the obelisk, you can see that there appears to be a large slab of worked stone.
I'll go look at
A
that.
little ways. Oh, okay.
As
Oh,
they're starting to
okay.
do all this stuff, I just want to have Tuala kind of like settle down off to the side here, close his eyes, and spend a few moments to sort of try and reach within for the for his patron. See if we can get a
Okay.
response.
So while you're trying to reach out to him, Salon, as you approach that worked stone and down in the larger of the 2 tunnels, you can see that there is it's a rather short tunnel,
Okay.
ends at a slab of worked stone.
Nothing here,
The
guys.
edge is marked by relief carvings of grinning skulls.
Oh, great.
4
this-
lines engraved at the center of the slab cross one another to form a star, with both ends of each line marking the location of a cube-shaped cavity cut into the door. 8 cavities in all.
I feel like we need stuff for this.
Can I do I'm not sure what this would be, a insight check to see if this is actually a door or what this is?
Make an investigation check.
Roll a nat 20. Someone use my nat 20.
Sure, I'll use it.
Okay, there. You have it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't used it.
So,
That's what I rolled anyway,
sure.
so.
so as you take a few minutes to look at it, does look to be a legitimate doorway. Just looks like this strange star-shaped pattern in the like cavities that are carved into it. Appears to be some sort of a lock to it.
So, like, the cavities would be where I would place, like, keys of some sort?
That's your best guess, yeah.
Okay. Would I know what these keys look like?
Told you
Are they
that
just
ill-equipped
They're roughly cube-shaped based on the shape of the cavities.
okay?
cube-shaped keys.
And with that, Twala, as you're reaching out, and again, after a couple of moments, as Quan and the others go to check out the large slab, you once again hear that somewhat familiar and disconcerting voice in the back of your mind. Oh, made it further along then, have we? What brings you to my doorstep now?
We have gone where you recommended. I seek guidance. Look upon this, and I walk back over to the obelisk and kind of like look at the inscription there, and also, generally just around the area. This, I do not know of it.
Oh, well, isn't that an interesting little sculpture in the middle there? And magic, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it seems you have found... it seems you may have found where we seek. But... why have you not entered yet?
We have only just arrived. I do not know this. What is a Sirak?
It is not a what, but a whom. Oh, he likes to travel here and there and collect things. Perhaps he has collected what we are both seeking.
Is he cold?
Then you have confirmed my suspicion. We are in the right place. I shall be on with it then. It is time that we complete our partnership.
Do take care in there. I'd hate for something untoward to happen to you before you get me what was promised me.
As always, this has been thoroughly distasteful. I'll go back and walk over towards my group.
Or as you start walking back over that way, Quen, I'm assuming you're taking a look down this narrow hallway?
Yeah, I want to see what's down this little weird thing.
So as you start walking down and start looking, you see figures carved and standing on little steps along this path, opposite each side. As you look to your left, you see a statue of a Jakuli. As you look to your right, a Sioux monster, creatures that you've run into in the jungle.
Oh,
As you continue down, on your left, an Al Mirage, and across from it, a Zorbo. An Iblis further down, and across it, a massive tentacled creature that almost looks like an amphibian. This is one you haven't run into or seen.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then down at the last two that are opposing each other, you see a Grung and a Kamadan.
And these are just statues?
Yep. They look to be a figurine standing about 3 feet tall.
How are they positioned? Like, are they...
They're just
Is there,
facing...
like...
They're facing into the middle of the tunnel. They're basically, each one that's across from each other, they seem to be looking at each other.
Okay. I want to investigate them to see if these were used for like any kind of like rituals or anything like that. Like look for like burned offerings or like places that like you could put like bowls or things like that.
Oops, I did something.
Okay. So
I did a
go ahead and
thing.
make your check.
Investigation.
Yep. So as you're looking at each individual statue that you can see, you see that there seems to be an a basin of oil underneath each individual statue.
A basin of oil, like for like a torch.
Like you think it could potentially be lit.
I light one.
Doesn't light.
Some light. Okay. I look down the end of this hallway to see if there's like any like weird like switches or something I'm not seeing. Like,
Oh, nothing that you can see.
okay.
I go yell
Well,
at Quen, don't talk to the silent child, or the forgotten child, or... I forget what it said, but be careful.
Speak no truth to the doomed child, it says.
Yes, let's not talk to the doomed child.
Maybe I missed this from before, but was the larger door decorated with anything? Did it have any, or is it just a plain door with holes in it?
The skulls and the stars were on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's looking at the front of the door. And actually, let me see if I have a handout for that. Apparently I do not have one. Yes, basically it's a large... Really? How do I not have a handout for that? That would be the most helpful thing ever. Let me check one more spot real quick here. Sorry, folks.
Well, if you get 1 second.
When you're finished with that, I want to try and cast detect magic on these statues.
Okay.
Maybe we have to fight each statue. Like, in real life.
Solana, what's with you and fighting recently?
I don't want to die!
You're worse than me in summertime.
I feel like we're gonna die, and I don't want to die.
Fighting's not always the answer, unfortunately.
You can't persuade a statue.
Okay, let's see
Usually
here.
statues don't just pop up and fight you either.
The gargoyle did.
Come
I
on.
don't think that was completely a statue.
My point.
Really? So, okay, I do not apparently have one here. So it's basically, as you're looking at it, the door has, the best way to describe it is think of it as an 8-pointed star. Each point of this 8-pointed star has a cube in it, and a line connecting it to another cube hole.
Like a compass rose, sort of.
Yeah, similar idea. And each one of those little cuts into it looks to be a place where you could potentially insert something.
Right, the little holes.
Right.
Cute holes.
Like skulls?
Nope, no, small, it's a cube, so it looks like a 6-sided die.
Okay, the skulls are just a decoration.
The skulls are just decoration on the
Okay,
door.
okay. Just making sure.
Back. Sorry. Okay. I guess I should actually. Tuala will point out at some point that he's definitely confirmed that this is the place.
This is the place we need to be.
This is the place where the death curse is. If I poke in here and look at these statues, do they mean anything to me?
No, this, actually, go ahead and make make a religion check
Okay.
where you're from the area, But
Yeah.
even it's a very high DC because this is
Oh, I
long
should have seen my
before.
nat 20.
Okay.
That's realistically, yeah. With having a 0, you don't recognize them.
Okay.
That's a good
Quinn,
roll.
as you're casting detect magic back at the back looking down this, you get and again looking around, you get very slight hints of divination magic around the statues. And as you're looking around, you get an extremely strong hint of abjuration magic coming from behind you.
So divination and abjuration?
Yep, so as you're looking at the statues down this hallway, you're getting divination. From the 15-foot obelisk behind you, you're getting abjuration magic. And it's like the hallway is somebody holding a match in a windy hall. How that fire is just sort of barely lighting. The obelisk is somebody just handed you the sun.
Ooh.
In terms of the difference in what you're sensing.
Okay. So I'm sensing that the magic in the hallway is waned right now.
It's definitely nowhere near as strong as what's coming from the courtyard.
How about this bush?
Okay.
Is this bush magical? I'm gonna hide in here.
So this hallway has a waning magic to it. This obelisk is incredibly magical. I think abjuration, you said?
Yep.
That's protection.
Will do you tell Devaney that it's aberration? Because
I
she knows a
do.
little bit about magic.
I do. I say that the obelisk is radiating abjuration magic. But that could mean anything.
Well, there could be something either keeping in or keeping out.
Yeah.
And if something's inside there, I don't want to take it out.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
not hit that.
we should leave that well enough alone.
So are either of you approaching this obelisk, or as you're looking at this,
No.
Gwen?
I'm
not.
staying. I'm staying about as far away as where my character thing is. I'm not gonna. I'm just
Okay.
looking at it. I'm not interacting with it.
Didn't we have to read the
Okay.
thing though? We were pretty close for that.
Well,
but-
as long as we don't take unnecessary
Let's not touch it.
touching with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's
not
leave
touch
that
it.
alone.
Okay.
Mostly.
I think the rule from now on is look, don't touch,
Okay.
Yes.
because
Yeah, this is
I feel like that's a general good rule as we go and deal with things we don't understand.
this whole place we should treat as serious business.
They
That's
have a
why I was
saying
saying
in
we
my
should-
tribe.
Okay, Solana, remember how
Not your hands.
Quen said at the top of the cliff you can touch whatever you want?
Yeah.
You can't anymore. I'm sorry.
Mm,
Okay.
no.
Gwen and Devaney, do me a favor. Both of you make wisdom saves for me. As the two of you are the ones looking at this obelisk closest.
Can I use my inspiration, please?
Sure. So,
Oh,
Gwen,
dear.
as you and Devaney are discussing this obelisk, and you're both sort of looking at it, and you're really, just focusing, you guys are having a conversation about, both of you get this sense of something being forcibly held within this obelisk. And you get a brief flash in your mind of eyes boring into you. Quen, you managed to shake it off, but Devaney, something's not right with this. As you watch as the eyes flash and you hear a strange, almost mocking laughter in the back of your mind. Mechanically speaking, you are now frightened of the obelisk for 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna turn and run into the hallway that Quen's standing in.
Why don't we run this way? Not that way.
So,
What's that?
Solana, you and Tuala both notice that, and again, well, Solana, you're a little closer than Tuala, as you've heard Quen and Devaney talking about this obelisk for a few moments, and then you watch as Devaney just turned and full sprints, pushing past Quen running down the hallway.
Could have run towards the bush and not towards the scary hallway, but you know.
So yeah, Devaney gets about there, and then she can't really see the obelisk anymore, and then she is sort of better, but doesn't want to go back out.
Okay.
And now mechanically can't, at least for a minute.
Well,
So as you've pushed past Quen, Swalla, Jesus. I'm shipping the two of you together. It's a thing now. Tuala, Solana, anything you guys would be doing as you watch Devaney run away?
Devaney, are you okay?
Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna go run after Devaney.
Yeah, I'm just looking. He's just, I guess, keeping an eye like back the way they came towards the city to make sure nobody's like coming, and then like along the rocky like walls here to see if there's any other like tunnel openings, or like I don't know stuff.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception check. Okay, now let's just see if there's anything. Okay. Hey, you don't see anything jumping out specifically at you as you're just scanning around looking in general.
Good.
Okay.
And as you are looking around, we have Quen has. Oh wait, Quen, you back?
No, I guess not.
Okay. I know Quen's internet has died, so I think this is going to be as good of a spot as we can hit to call an end to tonight's session. As our group is standing in a courtyard next to a strange magical obelisk. Devaney is running away from it screaming. So thank you again, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget, folks, next week we will not have our regular Tomb of Annihilation game, as I will not be in the state. But I believe some of our cast here and some other folks are getting something together.
I will be in a different country.
So, Solana's being shipped off to Canada.
It's great here.
We just have her flying on the back of a goose.
No,
But
I'll be in the Danube. On the Danube, not in the Danube. So, but
yeah, you don't want to get throat leeches.
yeah, no, not in the Danube, on the Danube. So,
Solana doesn't swim anymore.
no,
We've ruined all water for her forever.
pretty much.
So,
I want to give the Nat 20 to Devaney.
okay, well, that's where we're going to go next.
Oh, sorry.
Twitch chat,
I was looking through my notes.
Twitch chat, any votes for the Nat 20 for this evening? Those of you who are still hanging out with us tonight. Same for you players. We've got one vote already for Devaney.
All right, I'm the only other player still here. As I
Yes.
sit here quietly trying to be patient.
I mean, I really don't like to vote for myself, so I can.
Digitio says Devaney.
Yeah, my vote was also going to be Devaney.
Aw,
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
for-
I don't know what that ring is, but it seemed like it was an
Yeah.
important moment that we had.
Wait,
Scary.
Digitio calling it out by name. Okay, so yeah. Devin A, looks like you get the nat 20 for next week. Well,
Might
I
be
should
very
for,
useful next
well,
week.
yeah, we'll say for 2 weeks time frame when we're back. So again, make sure you tune in. Wednesday nights we have Hell or High Water Deep, the new campaign run by Dungeon Master JJ. We have Thursday night with the new Dash and Delve,
Dash and
or
Delve.
Delve and Dash. Can't remember the order of
Yeah, I
it now.
can't remember either.
The new 1 hour mini stream that DM Michael is running before Mystic Hour, also on Thursday nights. Then Friday night we have Tomb of Annihilation. Wow, Tomb of the Storm King's Thunder. I'm all out of it tonight. We have Storm King's Thunder on Friday nights. Keep an eye out. I hear there's a DM currently doing interviews for a campaign that's happening on Sundays. Might be over there somewhere. You might have to jump over the Canadian first, but hey, she's over there. So keep your eye out. That should be coming. That's launching in November, right?
Yes. Yep.
And then there. Oh my God, Digitio, where were you when he was naming Delves, Dashes, and Dives?
Oh my goodness.
Delves, Dashes, and Dungeons, or Dungeons, Delves, and Dashes. I don't know. Too many things too many different thoughts you can have for that. But with that, folks, don't forget it. As you're deciding to magically parachute down into a lost forbidden city, a land outside of a massive dungeon that you really have no business running into at this point, and start charging headfirst in anyway. As you're examining strange magical obelisks, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, folks. You have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week. Well, some of us will see you next week.
Yep. Good night.
Goodbye, Internet.